What is going on, you Pokemon savages? Welcome to episode 17 of the Savage Pokepod. You got your boy Sobs over here, Kota over there. I'm pointing this way. Kota's over there. Guys, welcome back to the podcast, man. Thank you so much for tuning in weekly. We are loving what you guys are putting in the comments, feeding off of the new stuff that we've added in, hearing all of your feedback. And, just all around really, really loving all the weekly, positivity. If you are, I'll take the moment now, hit the like button, subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. You'll find the links down below. Leave a comment if you guys want us to talk about anything. We would love to hear your questions. And obviously it's a great thing to feed off of for something like this. So we got a nice little episode for you guys today. We're going to talk about, just a few things. Is Pokemon actually too popular to do special releases anymore? Will GameStop be able to buy it now by eBay? And just some overall little stories here and there about what's going on in Pokemon before we get into some of the sets that we were going to talk about. We're going to hit Scarlet and Violet 151 as 3.5 from Scarlet and Violet. That's now out of rotation. We'll probably take a look at Ascended Heroes and some of the sales going on there. So we got a nice little episode for you guys. So strap in and let's go. Kota, what is up, my brother? How you been?
I've been good, man. Thankfully, a slower week. I haven't had so much I've had to be on top of as far as news. So it's been good to have a small bit of downtime. Not that everything else isn't in absolute turmoil, but we pretend that doesn't happen because we're Pokemon people and we love it.
That's right.
But nah, dude, it's been good. It's been good.
Good, man. Good to hear, dude. It's been crazy busy over here. I had one live stream this week on Monday. Today is Thursday. We're recording this episode on May 7th. It's been a busy week outside of my Pokemon side stuff. So, like you said, slow week. Let's get into our favorite Pidgeotto cards real quick. We'll take a look at there. You have selected none other than the 150. It is from 151. He's got it. He's showing it on the screen as well. Yep. As you guys know, number 17. It is number 17 in 151 because that is a set that went through the Pokedex. So, why do you like this card?
Yeah, so this card's fine. The card art is fine. There's actually so few Pidgeotto cards. Once I look through the list, there is such a small number of Pidgeotto cards. And when my buddy and I would open, we opened so much 151, when it wasn't $50 billion, we would put together sets of the base set, and then we were save them and maybe we'll sell them someday. We'll just keep them, whatever. Yeah. But this was the hardest regular common card to get. We would have binders full of every other card in the base set, and we'd be missing Pidgeottos and Old Ambers, which actually in the print runs, when you get them, when you open the packs, they're very mapped as far as what the commons are, and they were right beside each other. So those are the two cards. If you saw Pidgeotto, Old Amber was coming up next. I was yes, we get so hyped to see a Pidgeotto just because we were completing those stupid binders. But that's pretty much it. It's just more the memory than the card because there's not a lot of Pidgeotto cards. I don't love the illustration there from Opinion. It's fine, but this is just get some memories. So I really like it.
I did pull that up, obviously, so I'm going to show that real quick. This goes along with the beautiful Pidgey card, and we'll obviously get into Pidgeot next week. But Obsidian Flames did a really good job at highlighting the Pidgey line in their illustration rares, the special illustration rares. And again, the art style matches, it goes all the way through. I do love how they did that. I do like Pidgeotto. The whole Pidgey line is always looking like a aggressive bird flying in. So I, of course, again, went with another Koga's card, Koga's Pidgeotto. Nothing crazy, but you can see the talons in the picture of the art, just really going in, flying in for whatever he's about to the move set. Aerial maneuvers is the move set there. So it's exactly what it is. It's flying in from above, and I just like the overall how the Koga's cards are. It's interesting. Yeah. Every week I've been kind of just looking at him, I'm all right, I'm going to go with Koga's card again. So
yeah. And that illustration rare, I think the reason I don't like it is because the green background just feels really odd for the art. I don't know if there is a reason for that or not, but I just when I look at it, of the four, because the Pidgeot I think has a blue background that is flying towards you from the sky. Yeah. And the other one has that field background.
Yep.
This one is the one that just like looks odd. Like the background just looks really flat, and it just never vibed with me. Of those 3 cards, I'm like, this is the one I don't really care for it as much.
Now that you say that, it's kind of like it wanted to be like a camo design, something, like with the green blotches. It's just like it's supposed to be bushes, maybe.
I'm not sure, but it is.
I never thought about it that way. Now look what you did. Look what you did.
I know. Well, hey, look, that's the reason I didn't pick it. I was like, I can't. The green's just such a weird choice. I don't understand it in the line. Like each one has a different colored background. It's like, uh-oh. Break. There we go.
I always click things. I got to lock things down. Yeah. So that is our favorite Pidgeotto cards. And yeah, I kind of like set this pod up. Again, we're going to be talking about a bunch of things going on. Obviously, we've looked at all the newer sets that have been released. We'll probably take a look at something I was interesting that I saw today, which I didn't know, which is kind of fun. But I wanted to start the pod with is Pokemon too popular to do any type of exclusive drops? Now, I'll put this up on the screen real quick, but I gotta find it. Where is it? They did, and this was actually probably like either the day we recorded, the day after we recorded last week's podcast. But they tried to, and it is up on the screen now. They tried to in Korea. They were doing this Mega Festa event that was going on, and they were like gathering in the Seoul forest. Which, when you look at the photos here, it's kind of crazy. But they had to shut the event down because of how crazy things got. People started to line up like 5 hours early. It was like a Pokemon Go type thing where like you had to spin 5 Pokestops in the forest and then you were able to claim this card. And the reason why we're talking about this, and I wanted to kind of bring this in when we're talking about just like something like Target's drop, but like they were giving this this exclusive Magikarp card. Now, Pokemon being where it's at right now is just crazy with the popularity. Are they even able to do things like this anymore? It seems like not, because we can't even, like we saw what happened. Was it like 2 years ago already with the gray felt hat Pikachu? And the collaboration with the museum. And then we've got stuff like this. Like what if they wanted to release something in, one of the museums in America, or like New York City or Chicago, or like where they're going to be bringing that fossil museum here? It's almost like they're creating, it's not their fault. I mean, it's just so popular right now that it's just like, can they even do events like this? Can we even successfully do an event where something exclusive is only available at that place? I mean, we saw it with One Piece when they had the Luffy card in the Dodgers Stadium, like, and that's more confined. Like you can't get 1 million people to go into the stadium. It's only the amount of people that sold the ticket. So it's more confined, but like, you're starting to see all these things. This thing really just like got me thinking, like, can they even do things like this anymore? It's like,
no. I mean, like, here's the thing. Like you look at things like the Gengar from GameStop, the one with the stamp from the Perfect Order that said that it's like $100 some for a free promo. Like, it's impossible for them to do this in any real way. In person. Now, you could do essentially what they did with the Illustrator Challenge from like 2024, which I think they released in 2025, where you bought something off of Pokemon Center and you put in a code and it would send it as part of it, right?
True.
You can do that, right? You can't do in-person events,
like live events.
This is in Korea too. So this is looking at Korean cards are traditionally less valued. Now, this is an exclusive, so obviously those stamped exclusives have this allure to people that I still don't understand. But no, I just really don't think you can do this. I think Pokemon should know better. I think this is a big oversight on their part. To even try this, because you knew that this was going to happen. You knew that everything sells so fast that you give something free for just spinning Pokestops.
Right. No, like,
I mean, it's gonna be people that don't play the game that are just like opening the app and setting them an account just to get this card, because they know this card probably will sell for $30-$40. And if you get like it graded, it might be like $150, $250. Who knows how much it could be.
Right.
It's just a silly oversight. I don't understand what they were thinking, other than the fact that I just don't think they were thinking, which I think happens a lot with Pokemon. I just don't think they were thinking through
right, because
what this could be.
This PokeBeach article, that's what we're referring to right now for the just the audio listeners. And I don't know if it was a Pokemon event, but it looked like they had like a Seoul Halloween event in 2022, and like 159 people died because of just so when you couple it with Pokemon, especially in this market, like if this was 2 years ago, I don't know if this would have been an issue, but like you have to. It's almost tone deaf to what's going on. It really is like, dude, like, how do you guys not, how do people in a room that are running these things and making these decisions how do they not see that this is, you see what's happening all over the world in big box store releases where people are just queuing up. This is like a free event where no one even has to buy anything. That's really the issue that I'm having is like, yeah, to your point, like you just really, how are you not like understanding that? Like, you know,
yeah.
And it sucks, but
yeah, they probably looked at. I mean, that the Halloween Crush event was like, it was not like Pokemon. It was like completely just it was a like big Halloween thing. I have a friend that is from South Korea, so I remember them actually talking about this because they were visiting home in Seoul, but they weren't at the event. They just heard like stuff that was going on, but it wasn't like. They might have said that, like, well, they might have looked at it and say, well, it's a random day. It's just a card. It's just Pokemon Go. We do Pokemon Go events all the time. And, you know, that make people show up. But like, this is just, you know, Pokemon Korea. I think they just had an oversight, and
you gotta learn. They're learning from it now, but
yeah, I did. And I hopefully that, you know, everybody, you know, all the other branches of Pokemon will take this into account and be like, okay, we're not going to do this. We're just sorry, guys. You and it's not Pokemon. It's not like Pokemon's fault. It's people's fault for being too greedy and like needy and weird about this whole thing and feeling like they need to. I mean, like the article talks about people like angry, banging on doors, not refusing to leave. Like, that's insane behavior, and we know that happens literally everywhere right now. Like that is not an isolated event. It was almost like that's happening all across the board.
Right. It was almost like they felt entitled because they were there early and didn't get anything. It's like, no one told you to wait here. It's like the same thing when people wait online to get at big box stores and they only need to find out that they only had like 5 items and there's 50 people online.
Like, there's a huge entitlement issue with Pokemon, with people in Pokemon right now. Well, specifically in the TCG, there is a huge feeling of entitlement. And it goes from like the people that feel like no one should be able to sell anything above MSRP. That's an entitled feeling. You feel like you shouldn't have to pay more, but at the same time, if people are charging MSRP in a bear market, you don't think they should charge that because that's wrong. You know, there's an entitlement to like the best should be for me, whatever the best price is, whatever is most convenient for me to pay to feel like I'm winning something. I'm going to do that. So if it's if something's over MSRP, I want an MSRP. If it's under MSRP, I want it at market. And it just matters what you want. It's really, really frustrating. And it's on all sides. It's not just scalpers. It's not just store owners. It's not just rip and shippers. It's just like the consumers that are like, we should have packs.
Yeah.
We should have packs. Like, no, it's a luxury. This is a luxury. You're not entitled to it at all. If there's no supply for it, there's no supply for it. You don't automatically just deserve it because you want it.
Right. No, and we'll get into like the printing things. I want to talk about that too. But real quick, I want to just talk about the other bigger release that we spoke about, and it was the Target drop that happened on, was it last Friday? I think it was. Yeah, it was like the day after we recorded the pod, and then Saturday in store, or Saturday was online. In stores Friday, or in store Saturday, something like that.
I didn't go. I didn't participate.
Dude, honestly, I was like, you know what? I thought to myself, like, I think we'll be fine if I go and stroll in one day and find a t-shirt. No, I thought completely wrong. What the hell was I thinking? Because, dude, this is the thing we want to talk about. Is Pokemon just too popular for any of this stuff? People were queuing up. I did see a couple of videos just on social media about like people just walking into Target and be like, what are they queuing up for back there? And it was that. And people just wait in line in the stores once they are allowed to buy the stuff. I mean, it didn't seem like some of these Targets didn't really have much. It was almost like a few in each size of it. And like, you know, just wasn't enough. And I don't know, it seemed like there was like a limit of how much you could buy. So then it's like, well, I wasn't really going to buy anything. And I'm like, shoot, do I buy something? Because I kind of want, you know, and then I'm like, wait, do I actually like that wireless keyboard that they put out? I'm like, shit, I missed out. But during the live stream on Monday night, someone in the Savage community, his name is Eli, he was on the live stream and they're like, yo, subs, because we were talking about it. I'm like, I missed it. And he was like, yo, they have it on Target right now. Go get a 2XL in the tank top. I wanted the tank top, the Magikarp, which I didn't realize was reversible. Clearly says it in the name. I thought it was two different tanks or jerseys. It's like a reversible jersey, Magikarp Gyarados. I'm like, I need it now. So he's like, it's up. I'm like, I can't find it. I'm literally ripping packs and trying to get it on the computer on the side. I'm like, I can't get it. It's not showing up. He's like, I just DM'd you in your Discord messages. Go look. It's the exact. So now this is a lesson learned for everybody. If you want something, freaking get it. Stop hanging out. Like, do I pay the shipping? So it was whatever. It was like 20 something bucks. Shipping was $5.99. My wife has a Target Circle account. I am not paying shipping. I will not pay shipping. Right? I'm like, I'm not doing it. Yeah. I missed out because I couldn't log in. I texted her. I'm like, yo, what's the password? Didn't get it in time. Missed out. 10 minutes later, it was back on the site. So I'm like, all right, screw it. I'm buying it. I bought one. My brother bought me one. I'm like, oh gosh. Now I had like two. I'm like, okay, this is enough. But lesson to be learned. We have Amazon Prime Brain where we're like used to not paying shipping for everything. Do not miss out on something like over $5.99 shipping. Buy it. But that's it. That's really my little story about Target. But yeah, again, I was not expecting things to be sold out. We went to a TCG show on Saturday. My brother went into Target that morning. He got like a pin. He got some of the stuff. A bunch of people in the place were wearing like the t-shirts, which I would have loved to have had. I ended up getting a sweatshirt too. I think that's coming in the mail too. I got the one the cream colored one. I do like that one. My nephew got it and it's embroidered. Like the gotta catch 'em. Got to catch whatever the big that's embroidered. I'm like, yo, this is sick. This is actually pretty nice. So we got to catch. We got the cream.
If the mall just wasn't so weirdly small and tilted.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a mall that big and just press it onto the shirt.
Yeah, so there you go.
Make it how it should have been made.
Fix it for them,
dude. Crazy. But like, you know, this kind of segues right into like the thing we wanted to talk about today, the other thing we wanted to talk about today, which was the vending machines. The vending machines, and like, again, this ties into, is Pokemon just too popular for any of this regular stuff that was working fine before this boom? And it seems like, I will share this, that they've sent a letter. I mean, I don't know exactly what the plan is going to be, but they sent something. Here, let me share the screen here. Kota, I don't know if you want to chat about it real quick, or give us a little summary on this.
Yeah, so essentially, this is from Pokemon Support. Someone emailed them asking about why, or I guess I'm assuming why Pokemon Center vending machines were getting removed, and it essentially says they are getting removed gradually from select retail locations. There's a broader effort to streamline distribution, ensure better availability of Pokemon Center items across more accessible platforms, including our online store, which I think is the key thing here. Essentially, they're just relocating inventory and resources previously dedicated to kiosk machines. We're aiming to improve stock. Essentially, what this boils down to, and what my interpretation is they are not going to waste time and waste resources having someone have to restock these vending machines for it to get removed so immediately. And this is just going to be stuff that gets dedicated to probably certain places where their vending machine contract maybe is still in play. I'm assuming where they're getting removed from is the whatever contract or agreement there is for that space is up. They're removing them for now, and they'll probably put them back during the bear market when it happens. So I think this is just to basically say, why would we waste the time? Why would we waste resources? We'll just put this stuff up in Pokemon Center and just have our shipping people send it out instead of paying someone to, go restock a machine only for it to get basically mobbed.
Right, like how much can actually fit in that machine? Like how many, you know what I mean? Like how many ETBs can you fit in there? How much product can you actually fit in there? I mean, I guess the bundles, packs don't take up that much room.
But regardless, they weren't restocking them fully. They were just putting in certain things at certain times. It wasn't like, oh, everything's available. It was like, oh, cool, like 3 things are available.
Do you like you have some in your state or?
No, they might be in my state. I don't have any anywhere near me. I've never seen one in person just because I have I think the closest one is like 5 hours away from me.
Yeah, no, it's one of the Poke Beach articles was actually talking about And that was interesting. It was almost like they added so many over the past few years, and there's none in New York and there's none in Florida. Like he specifically, I don't know how, I guess there's a way you can track, like locate them on their site so you can find out where they're at. So, so there's none in those big stores, which is interesting. But pretty much the headline was vending machines grow 27% in second biggest year. So it was like they installed. So I don't know, like if again, there's so much crap going on regarding these. Every day I see a new video of people just hanging out. Obviously it's really not fair to the employees of a supermarket or wherever this thing is at, where like they have to deal with this bullshit. Like, again, it's always us. It's always grown ass men, right? Like that's us. And like what it's always us, like they're just being either completely too entitled or just whatever you think it is. And you're just waiting around. There's no loitering signs and you're just chilling. I don't know it's very weird. Everything looks like it's out of stock. And then like they hit the screen and then all of a sudden it's in stock. I don't know if it's like a time frame that it takes. It's weird. It's weird.
What if Pokemon Center didn't make this decision? The stores that they were in said, we don't want these in here. We're not renewing your contract. We're not allowing you to stay.
That's true.
That's a possibility because it is. There's two sides to it. There is a side of the people that are operating these stores. The managers don't get paid enough to deal with that crap. Let's be real. Like they shouldn't be either. There's no necessity for it. On the other side, Pokemon, while it doesn't care about you and me, does care about bad publicity that is only bad. And I think the Pokemon vending machines are a negative for them because it costs them paying someone and paying for a space to, paying for someone to restock it, paying for the space for it to be. And it's a bad look. So for them, it's like, well, profits plus PR. That sounds good to me. Keep them on Pokemon Center, pick that thing up. We'll put it in storage until 2028 when, things are calmer down. We'll just stick them right back. And it's great for bear markets and it's terrible for bull markets, but it's easy for them to do.
Yeah, I would, if I was running a store, I would I'm trying to deal with my own issues going on. Like, are my employees doing what they're supposed to be doing? Are we stopping theft from the actual store? And then we got to deal with people like fighting over, an ETB that's either there or not there and you're waiting. It is a pain in the ass. I can see why this, from both sides, I can see why this is happening. It doesn't seem like they're going to be removing them completely. If your store is something that like always dealt with this, it sounds like it's going to be gone. That's what it sounds like by the phasing out of specific stores. I'm sure they have some database where they're getting all these, calls about whatever. So yeah, I mean, does it suck for people that just want to get stuff? Absolutely. I mean, this is just the times that we're living in right now. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if we want to roll that into like the question I had, like, will they ever get their printing right? I don't know. Everyone keeps talking about this print facility that they purchased, and it's always like, yep, once that gets up and running, we're good to go. I honestly don't think, like, people are like, yeah, they just need to print this set, and I'm like, this week I think people are talking about Destined Rivals reprints, and I'm like, guys, what are we talking about? Like, do you actually want Destined Rivals that bad, or do you want it because it's a $600 booster box? Because you could get packs for relatively cheap that don't equate to that $600. Packs times 36 does not equate to 600 pack price. You know what I mean? So, like, do we actually want that? I don't know.
And those restocks are not booster boxes. They're only been rumored to be ETBs. Like, booster boxes are gone. They're gone.
That's my whole thing. Is like,
them.
Why are we? And this is like the problem that I feel like, if you didn't get in on something, if you're looking to invest in Pokemon and you didn't get in on a product, you're all on board with reprints. Like, but the people that have the stuff for long-term holds are also on board with reprints because they'll just get more. Do you want the product to open or do you want the product to hold? Because them just continuing to print old stuff is just, we see the direct impact of what it's doing to newer stuff. Look what's happening with Ascended Heroes. Like, they don't have their printing up. So they were focusing on printing prismatic for a freaking year. It's still putting out prismatic stuff. What the hell are they doing? Like, I guess maybe this is
that's done nothing.
It did nothing. It has done nothing. The SPCs still are coming out. I don't know how much they're going to be putting out and how that will affect it. But like, I don't know if this is the catch up because like they did put out, it was the only set that they ever put out an announcement saying we're going to print more. But like, I know that they print months in advance, 5, 6, 7, however many months in advance. So this could be like the outcome of that. But like, when are they going to catch up with Ascended Heroes? You, as a company, again, you saw what happened with Prismatic. How did you not see Ascended doing that, if not more, especially where the market's been? So at this point, you knew, because if we were in the Destined Rivals time when they were printing Ascended Heroes, Destined Rivals was not that crazy coming up, but it was crazy. Then Black and White, it just went crazy. So there was no reason why we should be where we're at. Again, same thing with specialty set ETBs. It doesn't seem like we're seeing much. I mean, Prismatic did get a decent restock somewhere recently. Was it Walmart? And the price did come down a bit, but it's right back up to where it came down a bit. It went
back up. Yeah, it came down for like a couple of days and then just got bought.
I think Ascended Heroes
that's always happen.
I think Ascended Heroes is in a worse position than Prismatic. Not only because the market is crazier, but there's not. Prismatic had more product. I feel like the EV pouch, the SPC itself had like 15 packs in it. They had obviously the booster bundles, the 3-pack blisters, the tins. These had like the poster collections, I guess, which was the most packs. It's actually more packs than an ETB, which is ironically like weird because those are like 120, 130. I don't even know what they're at right now. We can take a look. But the ETBs are 180. Sure the ETBs are like more, and you get less packs. I get it from a collectability standpoint.
Obviously, that's all it is.
ETB on a shelf and on an acrylic, because I do love that. I do love sealed stuff. I know. So,
well, not to mention from investing, it's way easier to have way easier to get cases and lots of ETBs and have them sit somewhere versus those poster collections, which are bulky and hard to ship and harder to move. I think that's why you're seeing ETBs and SPCs or UPCs being, all these specialty sets are what's targeted. Like by far, these are what are getting targeted. I mean, if we'll be looking at 151, but just a quick like little teaser, the Blooming Waters collection. So the one that came out, pretty much the last product came out is at 355. The booster bundle, so 6 less packs, no promos, is at 211 and going up. The packs don't need the value. It's just the fact that those booster bundles are easy to hold. They're easy to keep a bunch of. Those Blooming Waters collections, while still profitable, insanely difficult to deal with. The poster collections are only $78. You can buy 2 of those and have just as many packs as a booster bundle for, $60, $70 off.
Yep.
It's just the fact that they're easier to sit on. They're easier to hold. Box like this. And they're easier to move when the time comes to move them.
Yeah, that's true. It's storage. It plays a big part in it. I think I have like 10 of those Blooming Waters, and it's like a big box.
It is. Yeah. As far as printing, I'm gonna hold that for the Take Purge because I have thoughts on that. I've had thoughts on that for a very long time. I've actually had pretty similar thoughts on this since last year, and like right about this time last year is when I started really pushing this concept. So
yeah,
I'm gonna hold that for now. But I think there's some shenanigans that might be going on.
All right. Well, I mean, look, it doesn't, the whole printing thing is in freaking turmoil. I don't know what the heck they're doing. The point of this part is just like 30th isn't even here yet. And what are we like, if they're using all of the print capabilities of capacity right now to print the 30th anniversary, then I'm fine with that, I guess. But like, if we can't even quench the thirst of Ascended Heroes, how the hell are you going to quench the thirst of the 30th anniversary? Which, even if people came into the hobby every 5 years just to catch this anniversary, there's so many people that statement pertains to. It's like, I don't know how they catch up. I don't.
The problem is, if they're printing at full capacity, they can't be only printing 30th. They have to be printing whatever that Aura Seeker set is going to be. They have to be printing
the Rayquaza set,
the second waves of Pitch Black and of Storm and Emeralda. They have to be printing whatever the specialty set for January is going to be. Like, they have to be printing those things. They can't dedicate all the space to one specific set. So that's why, I think that's why you're seeing certain things get printed less. I think the booster boxes were just not cost effective for them. So they've stopped printing those as much. They're printing
it comes out in a wave. And
boxes. Speaking
of, like you said second wave, I haven't even seen a second wave of Perfect Order. I don't know when that's going to come out. There's things that are, it's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks, I think, because I think we should be getting right now is around the time when we do get the previous year's, like how many cards they printed. So that's going to be an interesting conversation just to see how that goes. Pitch Black pre-orders are probably going to be coming soon unless they're also going to be delayed, like Chaos Rising one.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting to see like how they move. I did, however, get something from the distro saying like, here's what you're getting for the First Partners Series 2. So that I think is coming out in June. So there's still all these little things like the tins that are coming out. All this stuff is coming out. I don't know. It's tough. It
makes you wonder why they're so focused on all these ancillary products, all these EX boxes, all these. I mean, the First Partner collection is cool, but like, yeah, if they knew they were going to be here way before they printed those. They knew things were still crazy as of when they started printing these. Probably, I just don't understand. Well, I think I understand, but I don't, from a logical standpoint, outside of business, understand why you would do that if you actually cared about getting product into people's hands that people wanted.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, you're right. It's like what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess they're also in like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation where like, they're probably like, well, we're not going to get it right. So we might as well just go with this, go this way or go that way. And it's,
you say that, or are they just in a perfect situation where it doesn't matter what they do because they're going to make money and they're not going to lose that many people that it matters.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I don't see how this I don't see how this gets fixed because putting out smaller set, like last week we spoke about, we got like a tidbit of like the new game is going to be next November. So we now essentially are 100% sure. I'm going to keep pissing you off about that. Yeah.
I forgot.
So like,
I hadn't thought about that all week.
Now we have a year and a half until the game comes out. So just to put things in a time frame, we know the certain sets that are coming out this year. That means this era is going to be about the same. Like Scarlet Violet was 10 sets. That was about, so you're going to get, I mean, maybe like one less year. So like maybe two main sets shorter. It's going to be closer. It might be 8 sets instead of 10 sets, but like 8 main sets. But I think that there's not enough to give to keep it going, which is why we're seeing the 1-to-1 sets. It's tied directly to the DLC, the games. We've been saying that for a while. So to give us the small sets, because they're still making it a main set, to keep pushing it down the road, to drag it out now until next November, because we know we're going to get, we're getting the Lucario set, which we know we're going to get if they do not do a Raichu set somewhere. They have to, right? They didn't announce, like you said, they don't announce a freaking new evolution line, 2 versions of Pikachu and not put that in the TCG. I think that there's just so much more, and they could always just put more DLC to just put another set out, carry it, and keep carrying it. So, I don't see them catching up again with all this stuff. So it's just, we're in this boat. We're just going to keep paddling along and see where it takes us. I mean, really, that's kind of,
this is what it is.
I guess to segue using the hype train, I think eBay, we're going to segue into the eBay story right now. eBay is also booming in this time, right? Like they've said their profits are going up. Like obviously it's definitely tied to the booms in all cards. Like that's just obviously where a lot of the secondary cards are sold. Let us know in the comments, do you prefer buying singles on eBay or on TCG Player? I don't know.
eBay's getting the money regardless.
eBay's getting the money regardless, which is why I don't know why there isn't like, you have to post a photo on eBay. Like you can't just, I mean, you can put the stock. A TCG Player is so much easier to post singles because it's like, all right, this is this card. Here's the default photo. You can post photos of yourself, of your own by yourself, but
You
eBay
put a photo of yourselves too.
Feet pics, a little weird. Feet pics on the TCG account.
Just have the cards in between each toe.
Yeah, right. That's the premium right there. But like, you posted pictures on eBay. Everyone scrutinizes the hell. And I mean, I guess you're really buying more higher valued. I mean, you do have lower valued, but like with TCG Player, it's more like master setters, which are buying like 10-cent cards. Like on eBay, it's more like higher value. So you do want to see every corner. Show me this one. Instead of asking, they post them. And I don't know. There's definitely a market for both. Like you go to this for this reason and you go to that for that reason. But eBay and GameStop have hit the news this week because the CEO of GameStop was like, "Yo, we're gonna buy eBay for $55 billion." So like, okay. I don't know if he's like continuing his hype or trying to bring GameStop back into that like meme stock environment. But
exactly.
I'm like, yo, this is the CEO of GameStop, and it makes sense. Like, okay. I saw an interview he was on, I think, MSNBC or CNBC, whatever like the channel is when they talk about like stocks and all the companies and stuff. They interviewed him, and they were like, so they asked him a simple question. How do you propose that you're going to pay for this? Because we know it's publicly traded. GameStop is worth this. They have X amount of cash. And he's like, we're going to do half cash, half stock or something. I'm like, they're like, it's not adding up. They were like, the math is not mathing here, buddy. Like, make this make sense.
I fully believe with my whole chest that this man is trying to grift people into this stupid stock booming again and having all the Wall Street bets boys rise out of their mother's basement and say, all right, it's time again to the moon once more. And they're going to climb aboard because they're going to pretend like they somehow have the money to buy this. Let me tell you, if this happens, which it won't, it would be devastating to so many things. GameStop can't stop screwing stuff up. They can't stop messing stuff up. From the absolute insane prices they're charging from off rip when they're getting true wholesale pricing on their stuff and the stuff that they're pricing it at. If there's any other reason, I'm not a boycott this. Don't buy GameStop stuff. Don't just to like be like, no. We're not only do we not believe you, even if I was going to go buy your $300 UPC, I'm not going to now. I don't know what it is, but I cannot stand what GameStop has done over this, the way they have completely exploited. And, we always talk about like, oh, scalpers this and, oh, dude, it doesn't matter. If the big box stores can do this, then you're all screwed. We're all screwed. Everyone's screwed.
Yeah.
Like a scalper can do stuff. Yeah, it sucks. But again, booms don't make scalpers don't make booms. Booms make scalpers. They wouldn't exist without everything already being crazy. And GameStop exploiting this so quickly. I can't stand it. I can't stand how they operate so many aspects of their business. And as someone that sells on TCG Player and eBay, I think this would be awful for them to have any amount of control over these two things because they're already difficult. TCG Player already has a myriad of issues and a myriad of things that haven't been implemented that should be implemented. And eBay is better in some ways, worse in some ways, because I've had way more issues with scammers on eBay, but at the same time, they've got some better features. Right. But if you have GameStop put their grubby little hands onto this thing, it's going to be just so much worse. I fully believe they will somehow royally screw this up. And I don't know. And then again, they don't have the money for it. He's trying to get the money for it by hyping the fact they're going to buy it so that people buy the stock, so the stock goes up, so he can have the money to buy it. Yeah,
it's almost like a weird version of like insider trading, but like you created it. It's very weird. I'm waiting for like Logan Paul to pop out and be like, yeah, I'm on this. I'm on board too.
No quicker.
The eye roll on Kota
to be like, no quicker way for me to completely quit selling on any of these platforms if Logan Paul somehow gets involved. I'm just waiting for. Let me make this very clear.
I'm waiting for like Anthony Scaramucci Jr. or whatever his name is to come out and be like, all right, let's go. I'm waiting.
If Logan Paul somehow ends up in ownership of eBay and TCG Player, I will stop selling on eBay and TCG Player. I will not. handle. I cannot. I would rather have to vend, which I don't like vending. I would rather have to vend than ever have to deal with anything that he has his hands on.
Yeah.
I would quit. I would delete my account so fast. You would text me and say, yo, Logan. I would see the word Logan and then I would close the entire account. Gone.
I mean, look, you have to think like something like this coming out. This is like last week we talked about, rich people buying Collecticon. This week we're talking about other rich people trying to buy other. It's like, and it's obviously all in cards. So like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know if that's even like the shareholders probably wouldn't want that. The stakeholders, like everybody on the board, like it's working now because we're in a boom. Like a lot of this stuff goes away if this goes away. I don't know. It's such an interesting, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think. If you think that this will happen, what you think will happen if something like this goes down. Will somebody else come in and try to buy it now? Because again, the eyes are on this type of story. I don't know.
I do think it's important to point out this was not a GameStop or eBay was out there like, wonder if someone's going to buy us out. This was GameStop being like, how can we exploit this? Mm-hmm. We're buying eBay. It's like a kid going up to his mom and being like, I'm gonna buy a car. Like, with what money? It's like, no. You don't understand. Like, I'm gonna like tell you that I'm gonna buy a car so that you give me money to go buy a car.
Yep.
That's what they're doing. It's not, they don't have the money. They're hoping that, people get tricked into buying the stock in anticipation of this.
None of it makes sense because
go buy it.
It was way more. They were giving way more than the value of the actual of eBay stock, way more. So like the CEO would get crazy. I did think, I thought I heard, I don't know if I dreamt it, thought I read it somewhere that the CEO of GameStop would get a payout because, they also have like these milestones that they have to reach, right? So it's like, if this stock gets to a certain price, then you get this bonus. So it's almost like, all right, it'll get to this price now, but not for my sales, but because I'm hyping a story up, something like that. It's like, there's something weird going on for sure, but I don't know. It's an interesting thing to talk about because so many people feel a certain way about it. I don't know. It's like, didn't eBay also have, because like they were trying to sell the storefront side of it, or like the idea of having a storefront where you can like, I don't know, pick up stuff or ship stuff out from. Didn't eBay already have that model and got rid of it? I feel like, or was that just in 40-Year-Old Virgin where like they worked out like a I'm pretty sure like
concept still exists. Like you pay for your storefronts. I don't know. Wait, specifically,
I don't know how they were going to tie it in, like whether you would have your stuff shipped there or picked up from there, or I don't know. Weird.
Oh, I mean, I don't think those exist, but like that was a necessary thing anyway. We're in a world where that's completely obsolete now. So
right, yeah.
Just for the people that don't want to deal with stupid stock stuff because it is annoying. GameStop is currently evaluated at $10.41 billion, right? In cash, it's about $9 billion. eBay is almost $48 billion. So this company that is a quarter of the size, and I understand a fair amount in stock stuff. This may be one that I'm just completely out of my over my head one. But from what the numbers, from the raw numbers on Yahoo Finance, one's worth 10, the other one's worth 48, and the one that's worth 10 is saying they're going to somehow buy that for 8 billion more than it's actually evaluated at.
Make it make sense.
And the way he's going to do that is go full like fishes and loaves from the Bible, and just all of a sudden like the five fish or 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish are now 48 or $55 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Magic. No, I don't. It is the most obvious, in my opinion, the most obvious grift and attempt to
it seems like
salvage what's left of GameStop. The fact that GameStop even exists, I think, is partially because of the Wall Street bets thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that they exist at this point I mean, COVID probably kills them off if it doesn't happen.
Yep. Well, I want to use this time. I want to move into vending because you did say I would move into vending even as much as I hate vending. That's what you would do to sell cards. I am going to be at my first in-person vending. I'm going to be vending at an in-person show.
We love it.
Where's the little clap sound?
You'll be great at it. You'll be fantastic at it.
Wait, hold on a second. At it. Does this work? Hold on one second. Oh, I don't even know. I saw the sound. We have a sound. The sound of it. Yeah, let's just start. I looked down. I think I saw this last week, and I didn't even try. That's crazy. Anyway, so I am. Thanks, Kota. I am going to. Thanks for all the claps, Kota. I am going to be vending our first time show. Yeah, a month from today, June 7th. Me and my brother. My brother's going to be joining me. Obviously, I'm going to be bringing my singles. I'm going to be bringing some slabs. I wanted to talk about this, guys. If you vend, let us know what your vending, what your company's name is, what your handle is on the socials. I'd love to check you guys out. If you do vend, where do you vend? What do you sell? Do you focus on things? Because this is the type I want to talk about now, is the type of things that I was learning from a couple of people that I became friends with on through TikTok. Shout out to Mandy, Therapy TCG, and also Mike at Jersey Shore TCG. And I actually went to a show this past weekend, and Mike was vending there. So he came to Long Island to vend, and it was at Nassau Coliseum. It was a big show, like 400 vendors. It was really, really good. LITCG show is the actual banner who runs it. And I was like, I found myself like looking around to see what people are doing. And a lot of people, you see a lot of tables, either they're focused on just selling slabs, and some of them are just high-end slabs. Like, so people will go to that table, and if that's not their thing, they're moving on. Some people have just vintage. Some people have just modern, high-end vintage, high-end modern, all the things. But this part, just if you guys have any type of like, advice, drop it in the comments. I don't know. I feel like I have a 6-foot table. It's not much room. I'm probably going to bring one of these shelves like back here. I'll have some sealed stuff. I'll have some supplies. I'll probably bring like top loaders and some sleeves, probably some like sleeves that I had from ETBs that I could just give out. I'm bringing this bag of pins from the pin collections of Ascended Heroes, give out to the kids. Jumbo cards, all the things that we have extra that we opened on the live stream. I'm going to bring that obviously as giveaways. But I was thinking, I was like, maybe I'll just do an EX binder to have like a super low end $1 per card, whatever it is, EXs, Vs, and whatnot. And then I'm going to have a higher end illustration rares, SIRs binder, and then probably a little higher end singles and slabs. I'm going to borrow a case from my friend. He has like one of those, I think they're called Zion cases. That's the company. And you see so I don't know. I'm super excited for it, but every time now that I catch someone on a live stream, I'm stopping and I'm like looking around. Like I'm not even like listening to what they're saying ahead of time. Like just looking to see like what they're selling, how they're dealing with customers, I guess is what I really want to, make sure I'm doing right. Like you said, I won't have a problem. I won't have a problem with the talking part. I just need to have a problem with like the smarts of it, like trades, and because I know
focus of it will be a little difficult too.
Exactly. So that's why I feel like I need my brother there. He's going to bring some stuff, but like, it's good to have two people there at least to just like, if you're talking to someone, they can help like someone else with something else. So I don't know. Did you ever vend in person or?
You could call it vending. It was such a small, like basically like a bar had like an outdoor show with like 6 tables. Cool. I have done a lot of, I guess you could call it vending, but running tables and stuff for other companies that I've worked with. So like I've had plenty of time doing that and I'm fine at it. I just don't like it. Like I'm good at it and I could pretend really well. Glorious masking. I can pretend really well that I'm doing great and I'm loving it. And then afterwards be like, I am so dead. I am so ready to never do that again. I'm good. That kind of thing. So it's for I'm sure for Pokemon, it's probably gonna be a little more interesting just because you have to be more on top of like people trying to steal your crap.
Right.
And that kind of stuff. Fake cards, all that versus, other things I've done where it's like, no one's faking this like random technology thing. It's just
it's true.
So it'll be interesting. I'm excited to hear the post show thoughts.
I want to go live from it, so I have to figure that out. Probably bring like an extra phone because obviously you need your phone. But like there was so many things like that I didn't think of. Like bring more of those like little sticky circles where you're gonna have because you're probably gonna be taking in cards. You're gonna want to price them out. Bring a notebook because people are gonna be bringing collections to you. You're gonna want to write down stuff as you look it up. Like just certain things like that. I'm like, yeah, I could always just add it up my calculator. And it's like, yeah, until you forget which card you were up to or what you had and. So there's things like that where I'm like, oh shoot, like I saw somebody today was like, get those table risers, like the bed risers, like the black like cone things. Your back will thank you later. And I'm like, shoot, I never even thought about that. Raising the table, that's pretty smart.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just the little things like that I'm like, you know what, vending is gonna be a whole different world. Obviously, I know what I'm talking about in the Pokemon space as far as modern stuff. I have my own personal and recent stuff that I bought vintage, but I don't know like everything mid era. I don't know any of that stuff. People can come up to me like, yeah, this is obviously I'm even looking everything up, but how much money do I bring to buy stuff? I'm going to want to buy everything. But
yeah, I think the my tip as far as I would like think through it would be know what you're in the market to buy. Like maybe like obviously if someone comes through and it's like, I want to sell you this for like 50, 60% or something like that. Sure. But from like your percentages where you would want to buy it, know what you want to buy. Like if you're someone that's, very comfortable with modern, maybe stick to modern for reselling. Of course, if it's personal collection, completely different, but just really, I would say know what you want to buy and what your percentages are going in. That way you don't have to like, look at something, price it, and think like, oh, how would I sell this? Would I want to sell this? What am I going to? That's a headache and a half versus if someone comes up to you and you're like, like, hey, I'm not buying vintage or I'm not buying mid-era. You can always test it out and see if they're selling at a ridiculous rate, but it'll save you time if they're coming up. If they're coming up, you're just like, I know I'm not going to deal with that.
Like I'm definitely going to turn down any trade up challenges for sure.
Oh, for sure.
We spoke about that. We speak about that on the pod too. On the
I don't care how old you are, never doing it.
I just like, I wouldn't want, I would hate to crush someone's like whole thing that they got going on, but I don't know. I feel like it's just played out now. People are just doing it because it worked. And
like trade up is go to your mom, tell her you need $5 more, and then come back with that card and $5 and we have a deal. Like,
we have a deal. I'm going to have stuff to give away, which is
it's
fine.
for the kids. Like, you give stuff away. Like, if you're someone that has like a bunch of like Japanese packs, you're like, back when Japanese wasn't insanely expensive and you're like, oh, I'm going to give out a Japanese pack or something. Sure. This whole like trade up thing though, no. I would, no.
Listen, it's crazy because like some of these people just get it because either they're like a little kid or they're like a well-known, like you always see like well-known people in the Pokemon space, like, oh, I traded up. It's like, bro, like
that's my least favorite thing.
You're whoever. Like it's like if PokeRev did it. I'm like, yo, you're Pokerev. Like, of course people are gonna be like, yeah.
Yeah. I think Leonhardt did it. And I was I'd already stopped watching his stuff.
He caught some heat for that. I was
like, he deservedly so. That's exploitive. Again, that's another one of those exploitive things where it's like people aren't going to say no to you.
Right. Especially when you're filming them.
There's
and
no
you're going to be on their social media accounts. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. I think, you know what? The next thing that card shows should ban is trade up challenges. Card shows should be like, look, no, we're done with this. No trade up challenges. Don't care how old you are. Don't care how cute you are. Don't care.
How do you feel about coin flips?
Coin flip is a different thing. That's a risk management thing. That's completely on you, right? That's like if you're gonna.
I'm worried about that.
If you're over there with like a $600 slab and someone comes up and says like 1,200 or zero, well, yeah, if you want to risk losing that much money from your business, then either you already have so much money that you don't care and you're just there for like, the click farming you're gonna get from it, or you're smart and you say, no, buy the card or walk away. You have 1,200, then you have 600. Buy the card.
Right.
Now you just told me that I don't have to really negotiate with you because you have $1,200 on you right now. Mm-hmm. Not to mention, there's no guarantee. If someone flips that coin and it lands on heads, they can walk away.
That's
true. And you will never see them again. And there is literally nothing you can do. There's no binding to that contract. That is so them saying, "What? It's a ridiculous risk." But if people are crazy enough to do it just for like social media clout, then go ahead. People do it.
Yeah, it makes a great video.
It gets clicked.
Yeah, 100%.
If you consider it part of your like marketing budget, then you're probably big enough to where it doesn't matter to lose $600, right? If you're
marketing, I love it.
There's a lot of people that I really like and I follow that I like that do this, but you know, if you have the money to do it and use it as part of your marketing budget and kind of be like, it's a tax write-off essentially. Yeah, I guess. But if you're like anyone that's not that 1% of vendors, then no, that's a dumb idea.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm always like, oh God, this could go so bad. Like I see some that are like just dollar amounts and it's like closer where it's like, all right, like it's more of a fun factor, whatever. But like that's a zero or double or nothing is like crazy.
I've seen so many of those, and every time I'm like, if I'm doing that, I would, if I saw that was working, I would get to every card show and be like, 2,000 or zero, flip 2,000. Never mind. Gone.
Right. Yeah. God.
You know, and at some point I'll win and I'll get some free cards and I'll walk away and be like, I did nothing illegal, morally gray.
Yeah.
Morally probably wrong. But like, if I'm doing that, I don't really care that much, honestly. You know, it's why I would never do it. It's why I really don't think people should, unless you're, again, farming for clicks, which in which case,
and so a lot of people
do.
They do got it like that. I was gonna say, unless you got it like that, but some of them do. Some of these vendors do.
Some do.
Like
that 1%, 2%
is like a lot of the vendors like just travel, and it's not like travel to like the next state. It's travel cross country. Like, is it even worth it? If you are a vendor that does this, like, is it worth it? I was listening to Colin at the Poke office. They were in their podcast, and I put that message in there because he's in Canada, and he came to like Florida. I think he went to Card Party in Florida. And I'm like, dude, you flew like so his whole thing was, I'm like, you flew down to Florida, you stayed there for a few, so like now your flight's down there, you're bringing all your stuff, which also could be searched. Like, you don't know, like all your sealed stuff could be opened up at the airport. Like if they want to open it up to see what's in it, they could. So you're risking that. You're flying down there. You're staying at hotels multiple nights. You're paying for a Card Party table, which I would imagine is like several $100s a day. So now you're in on this dollar amount that you have to make before you even make profit. So the amount of cards, I mean, I guess like, again, to your point, like some people are already up so much that it just helps them continue to just roll. And it's like, you know.
Yeah. I think the people we're talking about are few and far between. I don't think there's a lot of people that are doing that don't have other ways that they're going to make money from it, or guarantees essentially that they're going to make money from it. Yeah. Like, I mean, I live in Virginia. I've got, I'm pretty sure No Relax Shop is relatively close to here. I know they do stuff in Virginia. Coops is from pretty close to where I grew up. You know,
they travel all over the place.
Him and Bearded Dad, they're all over the place. Like, there's a whole bunch of them. But again, I think we're talking about like a 1% of people that are, they're making money everywhere. They're making money through social media. They're making money through donations from live streams. They're making money from
their next
everything
level.
To where they're guaranteed essentially to make money from it. So
because they
and I will, and I'm really curious. I'm not going to get political here, but with everything that's going on, I wonder if that's going to be something that tapers off some of this, the vending and show stuff for people traveling a lot, because right now it's getting really, really, really expensive to travel. And I think, you know, flights are going up, gas prices are going up, all this stuff. I'm curious to see what that does to the vending market specifically. I don't necessarily think it's going to affect other things around it, though. Of course it could. Maybe Japanese would get affected because of shipping costs, that kind of thing. But I'm curious to see what ends up happening with a lot of the people that travel a ton for vending, and if that is going to become cost prohibitive to do it as much.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It's gonna be really interesting what happens.
No, that would make sense 100%. I mean, like, yeah, to your point with Coop, like they probably weren't traveling as much before they blew up. In other words, like,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Like if they were doing local shows and they blew up for the vendor POV content, and now it makes sense for them to go places. I'm sure for them, it's honestly, it's probably even, you know how like they probably get paid to go, because it's like, they're almost like
maybe,
because like having people with, you know, a lot of followers at a show is going to bring people out to that show. You see the lines that their tables have. They don't have every POV video that I've seen of them recently. They're like behind a specific section where like there's a queue for them, almost like if you're getting a queue for like a voice actor. So like they must, I mean, look, or they just go for free.
There's some kind of guarantees there to where they're not gonna,
even if they don't pay, even if they just don't pay for the table, you know, like that's enough for them to, or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so, and that's one of those things that, like, you know, they've earned that in a way where they are an asset at places versus
100%
a customer. Like they're not a customer. Like a lot of vendors are customers. They're not customers. They're assets that are, you know, you can put into marketing and use that. So yeah, they probably are. I mean, thinking back to my last job, they honestly probably are. Like for us, when we would be invited places to do shows or do conferences, we were paid. We were paid to be there. So I'm sure, honestly, thinking about it, they definitely have some kind of compensation to make that work. So it probably won't really matter for them. But for everyone else, I'm curious with the rising costs, travel costs affecting people that travel for shows. I do know people that travel, like they'll drive 3-4 hours to get to a show. And now I'm like, man,
it's crazy.
It's like 50-60% more expensive to do that. Right. Like, I'm curious to see how that goes.
All right. Well, should we now move into our second week of Kota? Cue it up.
The Take Purge. We are entering a world where the things we say have no ramifications. Right now, we are in a parallel universe. Lawlessness abounds. The sirens are playing, and there is nothing illegal anymore. We can have our stupidest takes. We can have our hottest takes. We can have our most half-baked takes possible. We don't necessarily believe them. And when we exit this world, they will no longer be a part of us. They will no longer be something we have said. It'll just be in its own bubble. The takes live in their own bubble. And this is the bubble. We're entering the bubble of the Take Purge. I don't know what I'm going to say for that. Yeah, that I haven't figured out what I'm going to say for every time for that. Thank you guys so much who did comment that you enjoyed that. I listened back to mine was a little more ranty and absolute than I meant it to be. I do believe a lot of that to some degree in the bubble, of course. But I also will continue profiting off it until that happens. So that's why I still grade and do that. Anyway, did you have one that you want to go first this time, or do you want me to roll through?
No, roll through. I'd love to have you go first.
All right. So printing. I firmly believe that the first, we'll be generous. The first year of this boom was an accident, was a miscalculation by Pokemon. They didn't expect TCG Pocket to be as big as it was. They didn't expect Surging Sparks to be a set that people cared about. They did not expect Prismatic to be whatever the heck that ridiculous set is at this point, right? Like they've printed it, and there's just, you know, they talked about they're going to print it more, and every time we saw it, they was going up and up and up. But what if like the last year, or I'm sorry, last 8 months was on purpose? We hear them say, "Oh, we're going to." Well, to be fair, we only heard them say once that they were going to print more. And that was of a specific set, Prismatic. They claimed they were like, you know, the sets that are in demand. We all knew they were talking about Prismatic. They certainly wasn't 151 because we didn't see 151 get printed to any extreme degree after that statement. So all we are going off of, because no one that we're talking about, no one that's talking about this is in the printing facilities. They're not at TPCi or wherever the heck they're printing all this. They're just going off of what they've been told. And then we hear, oh, they bought a new big, massive print facility. This huge print facility is going to happen. Mm-hmm. Well, technically, Pokemon didn't buy it. The company that Pokemon owns that handles printing for Pokemon and other TCGs bought it.
Yep.
So that simply could be a failsafe. It could be we're going to invest in this and we're going to print other things and we're going to print Pokemon too. But they could also close down other print facilities to compensate for that. Just condense everything. Instead of having multiple facilities in different places, condense things into one area where they can have people working more controllable. And in reality, they're looking at this situation and thinking, I mean, this is our like third thing. This is our like this is a side project essentially as far as the money it makes versus the games and the anime and everything else make. This is great. This is cherry on top. Why would we mess with this? So let's continue putting out, enough to look like we're doing something. Oh, look, guys, we pre-printed so much prismatic. The price dropped for like a little bit, and it's continuing to rise up again. And like we saw this past week, a pretty decent jump in it. Destiny Rivals is going nowhere. All these sets, 151 skyrocketing. And they're like, man, we have another year and a half to fill.
Yep.
We don't have a new game. We don't have another side game that we have planned, at least as far as been announced. And we're in April. If something was going to come out in January, we'd probably have heard of it by now. There's not going to be, I doubt there's going to be another DLC for Scarlet and Violet. I doubt there's going to be another DLC for Legends ZA. So maybe this is controlled at this point. We are only basing the idea that they're printing at this full capacity off the idea that they kind of said that one statement.
Yep. So
we could be in a world where Pokemon learned from 2021, 2022, 2023 and said, we don't want our product worth half of our MSRP. That's embarrassing. That's a shame for as massive of a company as we are.
Yep.
So we're going to print more, but it'd be insane for us to ever meet demand, because as soon as we meet demand, there's an oversupply because demand diminishes as soon as it is met. So that's why we're going to do all these wave releases and continue drip feeding you product and product and product and product and product. And Perfect Order is still a $200 some box and everybody hates it. GameStop is going to be selling the booster box for Chaos Rising at $299 out the gate.
Crazy.
And Pokemon's over here like, because again, here's let's pop out of the bubble for a second. Pokemon doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about me. It cares about one thing, or two things, technically. It's IP and protecting it because they will sue the crap out of anyone that infringes on it. And they care about money because they're a capitalistic business. I don't care if they're not public. They want their money. They want to keep growing. They want that funding. That's why they keep buying all these other businesses to keep as much money in-house as possible. Back in the bubble. So we're now looking at a world where they have had time to catch up. And I don't believe that they are actually trying, or not that I don't believe, but there's a very good possibility that they are going to manage this in a way to where it never happens like it did when you saw $80 boxes, $90 boxes. They don't want that at all. That means that stuff is sitting on Pokemon Center, not moving. So I look at the reality that there is a chance that we are going to be going from what was a miscalculation to a complete detailed calculation. And something else is going to have to break for the market to actually die, because Pokemon may not want to ever meet demand. And from a business standpoint, why would you? Why would you meet demand? Because you know that's going to diminish demand, and all of a sudden you're going to have a surplus, and then you're going to be back where you were. They've learned from that, and I think they're going to manage that in a way that gives off they could manage in a way that gives off the appearance of being for the people. We're doing all this good PR, but in the background, they're the only ones that know what they're printing and how much they're printing.
Yeah.
It's a thought. Just a wild idea out there.
It's funny that you had this as your, so like, guys, we don't tell each other the takes that we have. It's just completely raw, me listening to it and him listening to me. So the question I had, and it's pretty much right on, which is why I'm saying it's pretty much right on the same target. My question was, what if Pokemon stays like this forever? And that was the take that I had. So we're in a place right now with Ascended Heroes is the topic of conversation in everybody's Pokemon universe right now. Whether you like the set or not, whether you've opened it or not, it is like at the top of everyone's conversation. Everyone that's like an influencer, you could say, every PokeTuber, everyone that's on TikTok that's into Pokemon is always talking about Ascended Heroes. We do it here because it is worth looking at what the hell is actually happening with this set like we've never seen before. So the take here is, what if Pokemon, what if this stays like this forever? Like, what are we all going to do? What are you all going to do? I'm talking to the people that are out there that are saying that things are still too expensive. If it stays like this forever, which we already said in weeks past that we think that MSRP for English is going to go up. I don't even think it's going to go up enough to make a difference in people buying stuff. There's still going to be a margin for them to make money, so they'll still be doing it. If it lasts like this forever, this is what the pipeline looks like. We've got all these one-to-one sets. We've got 30th anniversary this year. 30th anniversary is going to be a banger set. You can't tell me it's not. New rarities. We're super stoked about it. Even if they're shit, so many people are going to love them. I personally am on the train of, I do love everything new that comes out. You see something refreshing, you see something new, and you just jump on it. I love it. I love opening the new sets because of that reason. It's like so refreshing to look at something new. 30th anniversary is huge. We get a huge, we get a Mega Lucario set. We get a Raichu set. We finally get a Mega Blastoise set. We're going to get the Rayquaza set. I think next year, we were talking about it. We're going to get, it's going to be now 2 years because we're not going to get a generation set this summer. Next summer, we get a generation set, whether we were talking about it's going to be Gen 2, Gen 3, whatever it is. That's going to be absolutely insane. That's going to roll into next summer. And then, then we're going to get into the territory of the game coming out in a few months. So we're going to be starting to hopefully see some stuff. Mega Era ends with Mega Fates in January of that year. The new TCG comes out. It is not hated by people. We've now been through 4 years or more of gray borders. We are booming. The game is awesome. The starters are one of our top tier, one of the most popular three starters we've seen in a while. The game is awesome. The TCG is coming out with just banger stuff, and it just continues to go up. And everyone that's sitting here now saying a $180 ETB that came out 2 months ago is crazy is going to be crying in 2 years because they didn't make any more ETBs and they want to rip Ascended Heroes and they never did. Coming out of that bubble, I'm not saying you should be buying packs at $15 a pack on a new set. It sucks to have to do that. So I'm just going to say that going back into the bubble. We're into Gen 10. Gen 10 is doing everything right. Like I said, starters, fire, a new evolution comes out. So that's something that no one ever thought possible was going to happen. They do that. And again, the ball keeps rolling. We're going to get a Gen 10 shiny set. We're going to get a whatever. If we get a Pokemon Pocket set that comes out in the mix of all this stuff, there's so many things. There's like Pokemon has positioned themselves to play off of what Kota's saying, has positioned themselves so good. There's so many different levers they can play. We see the popularity. There's no movie in sight right now. The last movie we got that was a live action was the Detective Pikachu, right? I don't know if they made any actual movies, but I would love to see an animated movie. They could pull an animated movie lever. They can make a series. Look at what Super Mario's doing. Like, those movies are awesome. We talked about it on a pod a couple of weeks ago. The nostalgia factor of movies. Like, they haven't even pulled that lever yet. So this is going to last for a very long time. I think that the money in here is here to stay. Clearly the collectors are here because they see the value in their collectibles. The investors are here because they clearly see the trends of what's happened in the past, what's going to happen in the future. The TCG players are probably the ones that are getting probably the most hurt here because they're the ones that just want cards to play and they got to pay more for their blinged out decks. They don't have to have a blinged out deck, but that's what they're used to. I think that there's so many things changing. We're almost out of that that mentality of like how much we were paying for packs when Scarlet and Violet started. I think we're out of it now. Like we've completely lost that remembering of packs were $3. I was having trouble selling packs for $3. I think when I started streaming, we're done with that. We're done with that. A new shitty set, I'm putting in quotes in perfect order, is $6 a pack around. So it's still over. We have completely now been like, I think that the mindset of people has to change if they still want to stay here. And that's it. That's it. You're going to have to pay these prices if you want to continue to be in Pokemon. If you don't, what are your options? You go to Magic, which is $10 a pack. I don't know. Don't quote me on the pricing. What I want to say is every other set is more money than Pokemon, even now. Their MSRP was more than our boom pricing is on new sets now. We're the cheapest TCG. So the price memory of people has shifted. The people that are still here, unfortunately, you will have to shift your price memory, or you just hang out. You listen to podcasts like this. You join live streams of cool people that have a great community of people that are in there, that are welcoming. They just want to talk about. I guess you do. Just hang out. That's it.
Yeah. Interesting point on that. A twofold, to be a little real, because I know there's going to be people that are going to hear that and they're going to be really frustrated, and I get it.
No, right. That's why I took myself out of the bubble. I kind of feel like we shouldn't take ourselves out of it, but because like it's so hard to say those words. You know what I mean?
But so I'll pop in the bubble just to say, and even in that case, there are ways to be a part of it. The TCG is cheap. Like, yes, if you're trying to bling out your deck, sorry that you can't get your, SI Army Mouth.
Yeah.
You have to get the regular one that's like $5. But singles are still relatively cheap. Collecting is still relatively cheap. You may not be able to buy sealed and rip it, but there's other things you can do. And I think that's important, is to be able to adjust. Because of what I'm saying, and we're in this take purge, in this bubble that we're currently in, that does not mean that you won't be able to participate. It just means you might have to change what your goals are, and change what your expectations are. It might not even be your goals, just change what your expectations are. So in that reality, I just want to put out a little lifeline. Even if that happens, there are still so many things you can do. There's still so many ways. Even currently, there's still so many ways you can be involved. You'll be able to have fun. Don't lose all hope. Just understand that you may have to change your approach a little bit, as we all have. Trust me, I didn't play the TCG at all in the last 15 years. And then last year I picked it up and I love it. I love it too. Love it. I've been having so much fun.
I agree.
So much fun playing it. So anyway.
It's weird. Like I actually, while I'm working, I'll actually put someone's TikTok live that they have overhead live stream and they play the TCG and I kind of just watch. I like listen. It's weird. It's weird shit. But like
it's fun. I will put on like the Pokemon channel, like a live stream from a regional or something, or but I'll just put it on the background while I'm doing stuff, and I'll notice I'll pop up like, oh, they played that, because I've now understand a lot of the current meta decks because I'm playing a lot of them. I'm playing against a lot of them. I'm learning them. It's fun to participate in that way because it's also a cool community. If you're someone like me who sees a lot of the sealed and collectors community getting more and more toxic as the days go and get more and more entitled, I've had a lot more fun being in the competition part, because they're able, a lot of people are still in that and invested in that and playing that, and the pricing is still cheap enough for all the core cards to be able to do that. Like you can I run Mega Lucario as my main deck, and you can run that deck for probably like $30.
Yeah, it's awesome.
For a full set, $40 really. Like there's somewhere in there you can run that whole thing.
There's a guy, his handle is Out the Box TCG. I don't know if he was in the other Discord we were in, but I don't know where I met him. But he builds decks and he sells them. So check him out, guys. Out the Box TCG. I'll try and find his link. But
it's so much fun.
It is fun, and it sucks like when I can't make pre-release. I think this weekend is actually a pre-release for Chaos Rising, which is crazy to think about. Which sucks because it is Mother's Day weekend. I'm not going to be like, yo, babe, I'll see you later. I'm going to.
It's also my wife's birthday too. So like Saturday,
dude.
Sunday doubleheader. Got
Happy
wife's birthday, and then Mother's Day the next day. So I'm cooked on that one. But I was really excited because man, there's some cards in the pre-release boxes that not Blaziken, that not Braixen. What's Braixen's evolution?
Is it Braixen?
No, Braixen's a middle evolution. It's Gen 6 Fire Starter's name.
Blaziken?
No, this is the dumbest we've ever sounded on this podcast. I'm gonna be so mad.
I say it?
It's Chestnut. It's Greninja.
See, I don't know any of those.
Firefox.
Yeah, it's the last part of that is part of it. The last
Delphox. Gosh,
there we go.
Delphox. There we go. I feel so stupid. I should quit Pokemon for not remembering that.
Roast them.
Delphox.
Roast me.
That card looks so fun to play with. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we pulled that up actually. We looked at that exactly. Yeah,
that was so cool.
I need to get the pre-release promos, which I'm also bummed about because I would have picked up at least one when I went to the thing. So I'm a little bummed about that. But
usually those aren't hard to get though.
They are pricey. Like I actually went to my LGS 2 weeks ago, and last week during the week. I took my kids there, and he had some build-in battles of perfect order. We're still mastering the set, so I bought one for each of us. He actually gave us a tripod to set up and record his opening in his store, which is really cool. But we ended up getting, we had two, I forgot which ones we got, but we had two of them, two of the same. I don't know if it was a Viper. No, that's Superior, one of them. And then we had another one. We had both of them. So I ended up just listing the sealed decks on eBay. They sold immediately for like $12 to $15 each. I'm like, all right.
Cool.
Yeah. So it paid for like one of the boxes that we ripped, which was like, I'm like, cool. There we go. So yeah, hot take week. Purge take was this is another good one. Hopefully the comments come in and either roast us, because I would love to see that too, or just partake and play into it and tell us what you guys think about it. I love it.
Just as a reminder for the concept, because I think most people got it.
Yes.
But as a reminder, this is not like we firmly believe this. This is I've been sitting on this for a year now. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I've ever actually said it on a podcast, it's my full expressed out thought. And that's why it's there. It's like, I don't know if this is true. I have no proof this is true.
Yep.
I'm just looking at pieces and thinking this is a possibility. That's all it is. Don't take it too seriously. Have fun with it. Give us your hot takes. Give us your take purge. If you got something you've been sitting on, like, man, something about the TCG, something about the collecting, investing, the Pokemon itself. If you got something you've been sitting on that you're like, I want to put this out there. Don't get crazy. Don't get ridiculous with this. Like,
do it. Give us all the takes.
No, like morally. Don't, this isn't like a lawless land. This is an actual purge. But like, if you got something like, specifically about that, go ahead and tell us, because I'm curious. Like other people have to have these thoughts. They have to sit there and be like, something doesn't add up. This is like a loose conspiracy theory that I'm just kind of like putting out.
Or it's just a possibility that could happen, which I love. It's like this could be
real.
It's like the Marvel what ifs. Like this could be a reality. Exactly.
I don't get that reference because I don't watch Marvel.
Oh man, the what if series is so sick.
I don't understand that reference at all.
Oh, you got to check it out. It's so good. It's like, yeah, check it out.
Marvel's a huge blind spot for me.
Oh man,
I don't.
Movies coming out.
I just stopped enjoying it. I stopped enjoying it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Mandalorian's coming out this month. Is that you?
I'm not a big Star Wars fan either.
No, all the Disney IPs. You don't like them all, huh?
I love. I love like Pixar movies. There are certain Disney movies that are like my favorite movies.
Dude, they're gonna crush it this year with the amount of like films coming out. Like, literally, we're getting a new Toy Story. We're getting another Moana.
I'm not excited about that one.
I'm excited. I don't want to. Hold up.
Well,
tangent of the day. We are going to go real quick, a little tangent. Dude, Disney is going to crush it this year. I am so ready. I am more hyped about Toy Story than my kids are, I think. I don't know. I just think because we grew up on the original. I like it. Again, I'm such a new, like if I see something that nostalgic that's in a new light, I'm there. We got Mandalorian coming out this month. May the 4th was here. Revenge of the 6th was here. We had Cinco de Mayo this week, but we have a new Mandalorian movie that didn't come out this weekend, which was kind of weird. May 22nd. Actually, I think it's the weekend that Chaos Rising.
That's for Ninja or Chaos Rising Day.
Right. So I think that's coming out that day. Then they've got a Moana live action, which we definitely didn't need because they just made 2. Well, we've got Doctor Doom. We got Spider-Man. We've got what else? Like, dude, this year.
Spider-Man Disney?
Yeah. Well,
Spider-Man's
Marvel. Marvel.
Doesn't Sony technically own it?
Well, Sony owns. I think Sony was like had rights to the film, but I don't know if they. I think Disney might have bought them on that. Like before Marvel Universe was a thing, Marvel like they bought the rights to have the films. So that's where you had the Tobey Maguire film and that whole trilogy. If it was a trilogy, yeah, and then the other one as well. But I think they bought it back, or they somehow partnered where they could still have it. That's why like those older Spider-Man movies weren't on Disney Plus for a while. I don't know if they are on now, but
I don't love that.
Yeah,
it's just a monopoly.
Yeah, pretty much. But.
My problem is one, I don't watch TV. Like I watch sports. I don't watch.
Yeah, I don't watch sports. I watch other shit.
Like my like shows, like every popular show that's come out in the last 5 years, I probably haven't watched.
Oh, man.
Like I never liked Stranger Things.
Wait, what about Ted Lasso?
Never watched it.
Okay, you gotta go. You just get out of here.
Never watched Ted Lasso. Never watched.
That's a sport related thing. That's soccer. Like, come on.
I'm sorry. I've watched many a soccer match. God. I worked with a soccer team for a year.
Dude,
I get so bored. And like, here's the thing: Ted Lasso could be hilarious. I just have no desire to invest in watching television. I will watch anime because it's like I know what I'm getting. I know the box that it's going to be in as far as like how long it's going to be, what the episodes, like what their release get. Like I can like sit and wait for that and then binge it really quickly. But everything else, like my wife watches a lot of different shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, have fun. I will.
She watches shows now. Like when I'm down here, like doing this or streaming, like she watches her own stuff. But like we watch like pretty much all of like the Apple TV shows that we like. We watch together. Netflix. We watch a whole like everything. We'll watch. She won't watch it without me. I won't watch it without her. The one thing I cannot get her to watch is Game of Thrones. I don't know why.
I've watched 2 episodes.
So against it. Can't get her to watch it.
Again, Game of Thrones, I've watched 2 episodes.
You never watched?
I know what happens.
Like
I know
Bad?
the concept.
Did you watch Breaking Bad ever?
I watched a fair amount of Breaking Bad. I never watched the whole thing through. I've seen
that late.
Large chunks of it. That is a masterful thing that I have to be in the right headspace to watch.
Yeah.
It is a tough one, but it is incredibly made. But yeah, I just never watched. I used to watch TV a little bit, but I've never been. I will listen to podcasts, and I think there's like a personal aspect. I think it's like shows are so depersonalized that I can't. And I just don't enjoy them versus like listening to a podcast or listening to like a YouTube video where it's like someone like it feels like there's a little more of like a connection there and I feel more connected. I will just tune out shows.
And then like you don't really have to watch it. You can just listen to it too. So it's like you can do more multitasking.
I'd rather listen to 2 people talk. I'd rather listen like us babble about crap than listen to or watch a show. And I am weird. I fully admit.
No, but like, so even like now I catch myself, like we're watching a show, but I'm on my phone. Like if I'm not on my phone, like I'll fall asleep. It's weird. I mean, look, that's kind of like where we're heading.
Our brains are so
we're so effed. But like, if I'm not on the phone,
that's why I'm off social media now, man.
I mean, I'm probably looking for Pokemon stuff to get. But like that keeps me awake to be engaged with the show. Anyway,
that's funny.
Tangent of the day. We haven't had a tangent of the day. I feel like that in like a few weeks. So that's good. We
haven't. I felt like it was necessary. I felt it was good.
Let's move.
Roast me for not watching TV, guys. I'm fine with it because I still won't. I'll watch anime. I'm dying for them to make another Solo Leveling season. I'm excited for all that.
I cut the cord. I was like a couple of months ago. I think all I depend on is streaming now, and it's whatever shows you watch, and that's it. No news, no sports, nothing.
I grew up with no cable because we were living in like the rural area and we were not wealthy. And then when I was old enough to like and had enough money to like start having that stuff, I was like, I don't want to do that.
Did you watch TGIF? Like Family Matters.
A little bit. I was more when I was actually watching, because again, I started watching sports when I was like 7. I was like hardcore sports watcher. Like that was my like dedicated thing. But up until, even through that, I watched a lot of One Saturday Morning. Like there was all the ABC. It was like Recess and Doug and Hey Arnold and
Doug.
Hey Arnold. So no, Hey Arnold wasn't there. Doug was on that though.
So all those shows like that. So good, man.
Football. Dude, that's a whole other tangent I could get on.
That could be a full episode of us nostalgia dropping.
Oh, so good.
Well, I wanted to move out of our tangent and into the technically the fourth set, but it's SV 3.5. It is 151. We haven't spoken about 151. We haven't checked in on it in a couple of weeks, which is good because we're up to this part in the Scarlet Violet out of rotation sets. Let's share the screen. The whole set value, I think, is like 2,300. Yeah, almost 2,400. Yeah. Based on Poke data right here, you can see the set value. This set came out September 21st, 2023. Some people have been actually saying that they've been seeing restocks in like Walmart of like some product, which is weird.
Yeah, it's very specific. I'll tell you exactly what it is because my buddy is like desperate to find it.
The Alakazam boxes or something?
Only Alakazam boxes.
Okay.
And it's like a couple at a time. I'm pretty sure it's just like
it's weird.
They've been sitting on them and they've been waiting, and now like they can mark them up a bit in store, so they're making more off of it, but they're also not trying to screw around with the whatever that was, like their shell company was that they were selling stuff through for MJ. So
MJ.
I think it's like one of those things where like they're just trying to trickling it out now, and it's wild.
The set around $2,400 for the set master set. Up on the screen we've got the top 10 cards. It was very interesting. TCG Player always does like an article where you can click on and see like the top 10 cards of a set, and it stays static, so you can see like what was the top 10 when the set came out. Like the full art Charizard was up here. There was certain things that like are not anywhere, like they're not in the top 10 anymore, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just so good to finally see. Obviously this just had a recent run. If you guys haven't been following the pod or haven't been following just other sets in Pokemon, not relative to like things that came out this year, there was a spike in 151 recently. I think the Blastoise got up to, we can take a look at, I don't even know if it'll have it, if I have access to it here. I might have to sign in. We can look at it when we get to TCG Player. I think it reached over $200 at one point.
It just got over 200. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's good to finally see these cards. When you think about Pokemon, you think of Gen 1. Like that's just like a lot of people. Kanto, like it just like it drives itself, it runs itself. You just put a set out with Gen 1. Any Pokemon card that's a Gen 1 Pokemon in a new set is always like up in value just because of popularity. Finally seeing these cards over $100, because if you're seeing other SIRs that are like 400, 500, how like these are relatively cheap if we're thinking about it that way, right? Like you're looking at SIRs that come out that are over $200 still. And it's like Lucario, it's Mega Lucario, it's Mega whatever. How are the 151 beautiful? I think the best one out of these three is probably Venusaur, just artwork wise. Obviously my favorite Pokemon is Charizard, but I don't even think about this as a Charizard card. It's such a shame.
Are you talking about just the starters? Because Zapdos is like right there.
No. Favorite out of the three, yeah.
Okay.
100%. No, Zapdos. Yes, thank you for clarifying, because you know how I feel. Zapdos is my second favorite Pokemon. I've been saying this. This is not the best card in the set. This is the best card in Scarlet and Violet block. That's my take. I don't know if that's a hot take. This is the best card in the set.
That's a hot take.
It's got all three of the legendary birds. Look at how awesome they look. Aside from the Articuno, which is just the same color blue as the background, the freaking angle that they got on this, I loved the Aerodactyl from Lost Origin, that alternate art. I love the sky views. Is it Altaria? Altaria has one very similar in Paradox Rift, I believe, or Temporal. This card is S tier, 10 out of 10. I feel like they couldn't have done anything better. I would have liked Zapdos a little bit bigger, but then you wouldn't see the other two. I think it's perfect in every way. What a paying homage to the OG legendaries with the birds in the sky. It's unreal. I again, hot take, it's my favorite card in the entire block. I've been saying it for a while.
That is a hot take because I agree. It is without me having a list in front of me, it's definitely a top 5. I love Bubble Mew. I love the art style. I love the Pokemon in the background. I love all that. So that's still my favorite card from the block.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably a top. I would say probably it's safely a top 5, maybe a top 3 card for me. And if I had a list, it might be my second favorite. I've been preaching the good word of Zapdos since it was like $35, $40 SIR, and I was like, I do not understand.
Yep.
Why this, and I still don't understand why the Squirtle is also one of my top 5 cards in the whole set. I adore this Squirtle so much. It is the really perfect illustration rare.
Yep.
It's my favorite illustration rare of the Scarby block for sure.
This is so nice.
But I just don't understand why Charmander's not that good of card. I don't like the Charmander that much. I don't understand why it's so much more expensive. It's fine. That Zapdos is just so much better and it's harder to pull, and I just don't understand.
It's close. But close. This Pikachu finally is getting some love. Alakazam was like it's probably like my second favorite card in this set.
Yeah, I'm glad to see it's like getting somewhere because that's a great card, but it was sitting at like $40 for so long, man. Even not too long ago, it was at $40. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The Dragonair is also a gorgeous card.
Beautiful.
That's so cool. The Psyduck is great. The Poliwhirl is great.
Can you imagine if this set got the black and white treatment first?
I'm telling you that's going to happen.
Right.
I think they're going to do that with every gen, and I think it's going to be probably maybe this is the 2027 a specialty set
every 2 years, because that'd be a great little. That's why this whole thing is going back to what we said. That's why this whole thing's going to last forever.
Yeah, I mean, imagine this set would. It's interesting because this set in a bull market, if this set was released today, it would break everything.
Oh my god.
But because of when it was released, it was so easy to access for so long. It's just it's still wild to me how that ended up playing out.
Yep.
But this set's incredible. It's a great set. Yeah, dude.
I just sold a hollow on TCG Player.
Yeah, that had a crazy run up. That reverse was at $20 or something like that.
Yeah, because I think a PSA 10 was something stupid, ridiculous.
PSA 10, yeah, the PS. I ended up they had a bunch of them. Because that's some Pokeballs and stuff, and it was just crazy.
Oh, it's crazy. What set do you have reverse hollows that are $3? It's crazy.
Yeah, especially since that Pidgeotto, my boy, Pidgeotto is right there.
Yeah,
it's what is that one of the top 5 reverses? It was just hard to get.
Yeah, I think it's the third or fourth.
The Kakuna randomly is just some weird things that are in there that are the reverses are crazy expensive. But this set is a great. Other than the Charizard, I don't like the Charizard that much, but it's a great representation of Gen 1. I think they really hit a lot of the bangers. I honestly can't think of a Pokemon because Aerodactyl was not that long ago.
Right.
I can't think of another Pokemon in Gen 1 that I would be oh wow, they really should have made a card for that. Other than Raichu. I think Raichu would have been a cool addition. I'm glad they didn't do a Meowth because they've done a million Meowths. It's great. This set is
you're 100. You just I always say who's making these decisions at Pokemon? Raichu got a sick card in Paldea Evolved, or what? No, what set is the Raichu in? Paradox Rift.
That is Paradox Rift.
So yeah, the one where it's sleeping on the bed. I'm pretty sure.
I think it is Paldea Evolved. I think we already talked about it.
We might have. Yeah. I think we did. Oh, we talk about a lot of these sets all the time. But if you're coming out with a 151 set, I guess that's the power of the Gen 1 Pokemon is that you put them in these other sets to help boost it. And that's why they're the top 5 cards in the set. It's an illustration.
And that's why I don't understand why there's not a Mega Blastoise card yet.
When are we gonna get it?
Guys.
Well, they have so much time, dude. What are we talking about? They have over a freaking year. So
he might get it. Look, if he ends up with his own dedicated set,
jeez,
I'm all for it, baby. I'm all for it. But man, they've really left him out to dry hardcore.
We're gonna get new Megas before we get Mega Blastoise.
Also, I just found like my new chase card. I don't know why it was when I searched 151. Oh, because it's card 151 from Black Bolt. The Audino is, I didn't realize the Audino from Black Bolt, the illustration rare, was a crocheted Audino on a felt world, a full felt river, and it's got a little felt tree stump. This is one of the best cards I've ever seen in my life, and I need to have it. And it's $40, and I hate the world.
Yo, the Black Bolt cards are going crazy right now. Black Bolt and White Flare. I see what you're talking about. Yes, that's crazy.
The fact that Black Bolt and White Flare are doing that shows you how much power. If they do a Gen 3, if they do like a Gen 3 version of that, which I know there are rumors for, and we haven't seen anything, but like they've got to fill the space somehow. Mm-hmm. Or really any generation, I think outside of like maybe Gen 6, which I feel like people don't, Gen 6 is a very divisive one, but Gen 4 would be insane. Gen 3 would be insane. Gen 2 would be insane. Gen 1 would be insane. Gen 9 would be interesting. I don't know how insane it would be. Gen 8 was a love set or love generation. I think that would be really cool. There's so many they could do. I think that'd be really sick. I hope that that's a thing they keep doing, because that is my favorite. That's why I love when Black Bolt White Flare was announced and they said that, I was like, this is going to be the best set of the, like, from like this point on. It's going to be a while before you see a set as good as that. And then Ascended Heroes came out and ruined that, but
it's a pain in the ass for master setters. But you're 100% right. Like,
that's fine.
Like for people that are doing Pokedex, the people that are doing a Pokedex binder. If you're doing a Pokedex binder, you could probably exclusively take every card from both of those sets for those Pokemon. Like, you know, like there probably could be something that you might like better, but if that would be an entire however many pages of illustration rares that are just banger after banger, and it's
insane. It's such a good
let
set.
me share the sealed stuff. So just to talk about a little bit of sealed booster bundles, like you said, over $200. Like it's got me really wondering, like, again, it's my first time vending. I don't know. Like I do have like, I don't know, a handful of loose booster bundles. Like, do I bring those? Maybe.
If you want easy money.
Like you know what I mean? So, but like the packs themselves, almost pushing $30 a pack. The UPC, I haven't even seen this in a while. It's $1,150 market price on TCG Player. That's the UPC. It has 18 packs of 151, I think, in there. The promos in there are bangers. Obviously, they always were. They were always undervalued. In hindsight, definitely knowing that, they are beautiful. There's your Alakazam, which has recently been hitting some Walmarts at $118 per four packs. So it's probably very close to what the pack price is. And then here's Blooming Waters at $350. The regular ETB, $685. That's insane. That's triple the price of a Black Bolt Pokemon Center ETB. Mm-hmm. More than triple the price. So
you could trade that for a Destiny Rivals booster box and be losing money.
Yeah. For 9 packs.
It's wild. Don't
get me wrong. These products,
again, you have to completely discount the packs at this point. The thing with all sealed is the packs are irrelevant. It just matters that it's a sealed product. It's its own thing.
And the fact that they really crushed it with this. I love this, like, I'm going to say Louis Vuitton pattern, where like it looks just like a bunch of little, like Louis Vuitton had a pattern like this with colors. This with all the 151 silhouettes and all the different colors, but just Snorlax being a very popular Pokemon. The beautiful 151 stamp logo on the bottom. The Snorlax promo is obviously in here. We know that. I think that the products themselves, you look at the UPC, I think the Prismatic SPC is even nicer than this. Like, this is very simple, but you have Mew. You have one of the biggest Pokemon in the hobby, in a Mew, on the cover of this product. You've got the starters with the poster collection going for $80 for 3 packs, basically. The Zapdos collection box going for $112. You got the tins. There were so many things that came out, whether multiple releases at Price Club, at Costco. Pokemon Center ETB, dude, almost $1,400.
Yep.
It's crazy. This binder collection too. This was really like rare. I'm looking back. I'm like, wow, I can't believe we actually got one, and we have a master set in there. But $230 for, is that 4 packs and a binder?
It's 5 packs, I believe. Yeah, I
think this one had 4.
Oh, is it 4 for that one? Oh,
yeah. 4.
I would say Prismatic. Prismatic is what I'm thinking of.
Prismatic, and then also I think Black Ball White Flare also had 5. I think. But yeah, dude, that's nuts. Here's the market price for 10 booster bundles sealed case. It's very close. You're paying a little bit of a premium. That's actually probably a pretty good pickup considering the price of a loose one.
You know what's wild? Looking at the UPC's pricing, and again, TCG Player's not the end all be all, but
this one,
the last 3 days, 41 have sold at this price.
Dude. That's insane.
At an average of 1082.
And I just want to put this into perspective, Kota, to your point. How many are selling at this price point? People were buying these at $90. I was buying them at $90, but I wasn't in a position to buy more to keep. Can you imagine if you bought 100 of these at $90? Wait, like, dude, it's 10x your money in 3 years.
I mean, how many of these were? And again, I was in it a little late for getting them at like Costco and stuff. But how long were these just sitting at Costco? Costco or Sam's, whichever one it was.
It was
they're
at
just
Costco.
Like sitting there, just sitting there.
Yep.
And same with the Crown Zenith, the Sea and Sky boxes. It's like they just sit there, and all of a sudden, it just shows you, like, man, the market bombing would be great for almost everyone.
Just keep it sealed. You know, should I open it or keep it sealed? Well, buy two, keep one sealed, open one. That's it.
Heck, dude. That's a while ago. Never mind. But there's one that sold like a couple months ago that was ripped, but like had just the packs and cards in it. $500. So you're 5xing your money just on one that's it ripped. I still get to make 5 times my money off of it.
Yep.
So
like people like me that were in here and saw this and obviously I wasn't in the position then. I'm not really in the position now, but I am in a better position now. Like I have SPCs. They're going to print SPCs. Like the SPCs are like $350 maybe right now. That's for 15 packs. You'd be silly to not think that this SPC is not going to get the same treatment that this is getting. I think this is going to be even worse. I think the box looks nicer.
Depends on how much they reprint.
Honestly, I don't even know.
I don't know that it matters.
People are still ripping this set. The fact that there's a full Evolution God pack in there is already better than the Demigod packs. I feel like out of 151, just doesn't have the full Kanto in it. So I don't know. The
only thing I could see is, and this is like the small issue with any kind of modern investing, is how many more UPCs from 151 were ripped than are going to be ripped from SPCs from Prismatic. Like I know, I mean, there's so many people that are just ripping those UPCs because they're cheap, you know?
Yep.
When they were being printed, SPCs, they've been expensive from when they were printed. Like from the day one, they were like, if you got them off of Pokemon Center that day, you could flip it for 3 times your money that next day. So I'll be curious to see how that ages with a little bit more supply. But again, I don't know that it matters because there's so much more demand. And I think there's so much more extended demand with people that are coming in that are going to be there for a long time because they see the pattern now and they're going to try to ride that.
If you've been here, you know what's going to happen, right? Especially because this is going to last forever. So I want to switch over to, is there anything else you want to talk about with 151?
No, great set. I've gotten a little numb to it because of how much
you opened
people I know have ripped of it and how much they love it. And I'm like, it's great, but like Ascended's like a better set by a mile and a half. So it's a little bit of a difference there for me. I'm like,
yep.
Ascended's a better set. Crown Zenith was a more fun set to rip. This is a better set overall from the cards perspective, and 151's nostalgic. I'll say it's very nostalgic. So like, if that's what you're after,
got a lot of people back in too. So whether they're still here or not, relatively
affordable. Like the fact that you can get a Zapdos for $100. If I'm gonna put $100 into a card that I really want, I'm grabbing that Zapdos because
I thought about buying a few more this past weekend when we were at the show. I literally saw them. I'm like, I want to buy them all. I love that card.
Not to mention the Japanese ones look better. I still regret trading off I had a Zapdos PSA 10 Japanese, loved it, traded it for something that I really needed. for a couple of grading plays.
Well, let me transition into Ascended. So, can we just talk about Pikachu and like why did this continue? Like over here, obviously it's ticking up. If you look elsewhere, people would say the Pikachu is more valuable than the Gengar. I just don't know. Like this is where things get very tricky in this Pokemon hobby, because a lot of people obviously buy stuff because of FOMO, and this is where you will get trapped hard with FOMO and price points and just using these apps that we've all come accustomed to using and loving because it's at our fingertips and it's ready to go, where you can really fall into this trap. Like it won't take that much for so many sales to happen, whether the sales go through or not, to sway this data that's showing up here. And I feel like that was happening the past couple of weeks. I don't know if you're able to see what any recent sales. It's crazy to see how like this is still pretty far off the Gengar, and rightfully so. I don't even think.
Well, is it time to play everyone's favorite game of what's that price?
Yep.
Where we look at a sold listing. So we have a few sold listings today of the raw Pikachu 276. They're all authenticity guarantees. So assuming that they get through, they're going to either get caught or sell. But I'm going to look at ones that have, a few hundred feedback, all 100% positive with authenticity guaranteed. And let me see. That's the one. Okay, there's two I'm going to go off of. So this one is from someone with 1.2 thousand positive feedback, 100% positive, authenticity guarantee. How much do you think he sold a copy that is not going to be a 10? From the front, I'm looking at it, not going to be a 10. How much do you think it sold for? And I can tell I'm looking at it, and I am good at grading. As much as I don't like grading, and I think it's a scam, but I'm still going to profit off of it because other people love it for some reason. This is very bottom heavy. This one at 10. How much do you think that card sold for?
$1,400.
$1,500.
More? Oh my God.
Below that, there was someone with 627 feedback, 7. So like most authenticity, $1,800 or $1,750 plus $4 shipping.
Today. This is
someone below that. This is today. All these are today. There have been so many copies sold today. $1,600, $1,300, $1,500, $1,600 again, $1,500 for a PSA 9. And I'm not looking at the ones that have zero feedback because we don't know, but I'm looking at the ones that have enough feedback to where I would feel, if I was ridiculous enough to buy one of these, I'd feel comfortable. A Beckett 9 sold for $2,000. $1,200. So there were some that were a little lower, lower.
What are the Gengars selling for on eBay? Because like
a PSA 10. How much do you think a PSA 10 sold for today from PSA Vault?
A PSA 10 Pikachu?
Yep. Today from PSA Vault.
$5,000.
$5,000. Nailed it.
Is it really? Oh my God.
Exactly $5,000.
Guys, if you guys are still listening at this moment, because we're almost about 2 hours in, and you purchased the card, what was the decision-making process for you? I don't know if we have anyone in the listening.
Yeah.
Cool. That has,
if you have that kind of money, would you like to sponsor?
Yeah, right.
There were multiple $5,000 sold today.
Wow.
A lot of them. Then there were others that are about $4,500. Wow. Gengar today. Let's look at someone that's got enough feedback to where I'd feel comfortable buying. No, not you.
I don't see Gengar selling for too much more
sales
than what Pikachu has been doing, at least on eBay.
That's not a bad
I feel
one.
like eBay had a bigger gap where Pikachu was just crushing it.
Yeah, I'm kind of scrolling.
Market price on TCG Player for Gengar, by the way, almost 1,500.
Yeah, and then looking at it, I'm seeing from people that would have some reliability. I'm seeing $1,450 for a PSA 9. This one went for $2,000. That person only has 9 feedback, but it was a bid. I don't know about that one. That's interesting. 1,300 for a 9, 1,500, 1,340 for a 9, 1,400.
Dude,
so
this is crazy.
The same, if not a touch lower.
Yep.
Probably, I would say they're very close between the two. The PSA 10s, though, PSA 10s, we had 2 sales today from known consignment places. One being Arizona TCG, and the other one being one I will not talk about because I do not like them. Both sold. How much do you think the Gengar sold for today? Okay. I'm sorry, technically yesterday. This one was sold yesterday.
7,500.
$4,000.
So less than the Pikachu.
And the other one was $3,850.
Wow.
They're selling for
how?
On average, scrolling through, since the one, it looks like that was maybe a bunch more came through, because end of April we were seeing 4,500 ish, and now we're seeing this one is 4,100. This one's 4,000.
And that's these two insane. Were both below and that's 4, what I want. When we had Ty on, I was like, I don't want to see Pikachu overtake Gengar. That's crazy. I mean, I guess maybe look, it's the mascot of Pokemon. The card to me is just still not that special. I
disagree with that. I love this card. I think are you talking about the Pikachu or talking about the Gengar?
No, the Pikachu.
Oh, the Pikachu. It's a good card. I think it's extremely well done. I think, again, my biggest compliment to it is the fact that looks like it could be in pocket.
Yeah. But you know what? Also, it looks like an illustration rare. Like there's no, like to me. Look, I've never pulled it. There's this card and the Embor, the 2 cards that we've never pulled live on stream. I don't know if we'll ever pull it because it's just so hard to find packs right now. The Dragonite is next level. It is, guys. I'm telling you right now, this price compared to the other 2, I don't know why we're sleeping on Dragonite. I don't know why we're sleeping on the Dragonite.
It's because the wings on the head, man.
No, dude, it even with the wings, it looks beautiful.
I don't like the wings.
The way that they did this card with the entire evolution line, we're sleeping on this card, chat.
Let's look at the prices on the PSA 10 of that. I would continue to play everyone's favorite game.
I still like the Pikachu more, by the way. I still like the Pikachu more than the other.
I've flipped. I like the Forest Chew more, and not because of the price, but just because it has Pokemon in the background. 2, I've gotten tired of seeing the stupid crown. I don't like the terrestrial tab.
We should really try to discuss why there is a terrestrialized Pikachu in the Mega Era set. It's the only terrestrialized card in this entire era.
Yeah, right? It's a reprint of something that was competitive, so I'm wondering if it's because of that, but no one really runs that deck anymore, so I have no clue. But yeah, it's only terrestrial Pokemon in this in Mega Era, yeah.
It's weird.
The Mega Charizard Y in this set sold for $5,000 in a PSA 10. The last couple of days, which is really impressive. It is very hard to grade. There's only like a couple hundred of them so far. So
those gold cards are damn near impossible to get 10s on, man.
I had one that was perfect, and I am tag certified in my accuracy with borders. I had every tag submission that I sent in was within like 52.48. I was dead on the money, and some of them were dead, like 50.3 or something like that. Like it was really good. Anyway, I had one that was, perfect centering. And there was just this one little like bit on the gold on the inside that was like just scuffed. And I was like, brother, I'm so frustrated. Those flat gold
parts are like tough, man.
They're brutal, but they're nice. So we did have a sale of a PSA 10 of the Dragonite today. How much do you think that went for?
$2,000.
Yeah, 2,400.
Okay.
So, it's seeing something. Hasn't been affected by the restocks. They've been sitting at that 2,500 ish range, and the price on those singles has also been pretty steady. But yeah, this set will continue to go crazy because it just there's nothing stopping it.
I'm telling you guys right now, as someone that rips and ships, so here's the thing. if you guys have been here listening to us for a while, if you've been on my live streams, you know, like I try to be the cheapest I could be. And that sometimes just forces me to not buy anything else. And that's the position that I'm in right now. Unfortunately, people want $13. Like the thing with Ascended is that people that are selling on the secondary market know what they have, right? Like, you know, like don't try to lowball me. I know what I have. Like they know what they have.
But they actually know.
Right. Because so like you're not getting, I mean, again, I'm not buying, I'm not like these big buyers. I'm not like, you know, like whatever, but I still buy like $5,000 in a pop. They're not, whereas that would be like, okay, I'll give you a bulk discount so you can keep your, no, not even a thing. Does not exist. No one local is looking to move. Like it's like, it is a very, every aspect of this set is moving like nothing we've seen. We've been saying this. The singles clearly are speaking for themselves. The sealed also. We're looking at sealed right now. The ETBs are, what is this? 505, a little over 500 for the Pokemon Center. About 180 for the regular ETB. The latest release that we had was this right here. And that was it with the booster bundles.
Yep.
That was it.
To put it into context, let's just throw some numbers behind it.
Yeah.
There are 23 cards in this set that are over $60. Mm-hmm. There are 23 cards. Look at 151. There's like 10.
Mm-hmm. Not even. I don't even think the top 10 were over 60.
Over $60 for any of them. There are 49 cards that are $10 and up. There are 49 cards that are over $10 in this set. That is
crazy.
Just mind-boggling. And this is a set that they've run out of things. Other than doing other waves of stuff, there's no more products.
That's it.
That's it. We're done.
No SPCs, no UPCs, no binders.
Not that they've announced, at least.
Not that they've announced.
Like, that's it. They've thrown pretty much all they have at it, and the market's eaten it and said, "Please give me more. We demand more. We need more now."
The set value on Pokedata is $7,400, which I think was roughly around that price. It's a little less than $7,400 on here right now.
That's just
which is more than Prismatic. It's probably more than Prismatic and 151 combined.
Oh, for sure. I think Prismatic's only sitting at like,
I mean, it's got
2,500.
Is it?
That's what we said it was.
I thought it was more. No, it's got to be more because the Umbreon is like 1,500 by itself. I think it was.
Yeah, but that's a 1,500, and nothing else was like. Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was lower, but I scrolled so far up the notes to find that.
Yeah, no, it's 5,500.
Oh, it's 5,500. Oh wow.
I mean, the evolution SIRs are moving up, man. Everyone.
Oh, are they? Okay, I hadn't. Okay.
Yeah, Jolteon and Flareon are still under 2, but like right there, and Eevee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So they've had a decent run up recently then, because I think when we looked at it, it was definitely not that. It wasn't above 5 for sure.
No, I don't think it was above 5 because we also went back and we looked at Evolving Skies too. I think this was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that was like 7 something.
You see it. Evolving Skies is just about 7. So yeah.
Yeah. So Prismatic's having a run up makes sense. Even though there's more supply, who knows? This market is baffling.
Does it make sense?
All that said, this set is just wild, and it's nothing we can do about it.
Yep.
And if you find it, I mean, literally, like at this point, I've kind of looked at opening this as like a lottery ticket. Like when I got the ones from Costco, I was like, it's just a lottery ticket, and I'm gonna rip it because we'll see what happens. And I inevitably get nothing, but I'm still like, it's worth the lottery ticket because again, there are 23 cards over $60.
Yeah. It's insane.
Pretty dang good odds, you know?
Every week it's been going up. Like there hasn't been a week where we noticed a dip at all. Like you'll see in the charts, you'll see it come down a bit, but like overall,
Yeah. At most we're seeing
all-time high.
At most we're seeing like a stabilization right now in a way where it's like not going up. But again, this is just, it's like it's gathering, it's kind of reconvening itself after
the sales are still happening. It's like, they're astronomical.
It's taking a moment to reconcile whatever the word is I'm looking for at like a number, but it's probably just going to go up again because that's it. Like the market's going to see that this is all they had. Yep. There'll be reprints, of course, and they'll be like whatever, but like for now, there's nothing. It's
crazy.
Else.
It really is crazy because like you have to take into the consideration like the power of online marketplace like eBay. A buddy of mine that streams on one of the bigger East Coast streamers on TikTok, they were selling at the table. He had like 70 grand worth of inventory. He said he made $500 that day because you're also probably just way overpriced for what the people at that show specifically are looking to buy. You're not going to really find many people looking to spend several grand on a Gengar PSA 10. They had 2 of them in their show. They had 2 in the case. They had all the top chases in PSA 10, and they made $500. Whereas the guy next to them, just churning and burning singles, and
yeah. I mean, I think that's a play. I think singles are overpriced right now, and I think this is a great play. Mm-hmm. The Pikachu. Speaking of which, beginning of April, $330, $340, sitting right there. Kind of stagnated that number.
Should have bought it.
And then you think, oh, well, then they had the drop of the poster, another poster collection. Oh, yeah, the poster collections and the bundles and all that. And it's gone up to $490. It's made $170 or $160 more. And that was with stuff getting dropped. That's with everything. Like the market just doesn't care. The market wants this. There's demand for these cards. Yeah. I mean, the gold cards traditionally don't have secondary lives.
Right.
This era is a little different, but this Mega Charizard Y had dropped to like 520, 530, I believe, back up to 650.
You know what it is, like collectability wise, like if I'm a Charizard collector, man, you had a lot of banger Charizards come out. So in the past, just 2-3 sets. And 2 gold cards next to each other in a 10, the Charizard X and Y. Like from a collectability standpoint, it's just like, damn, that is like awesome. You know what I mean? Like I love Charizard.
Sandwiching that Mega Charizard
right
X in the middle of it.
Forget it, dude. It's just like anyway. We will be here next week probably with the same exact coverage of Ascended. Hopefully we'll get some news of some new things dropping, but I don't know what else could possibly come out. We'll have pre-release coming up now for the next English set. We'll be getting hit with in the next 2 weeks. We'll be getting hit with our cards. Will be getting hit with if you got the pre-orders. That's gonna be coming to you soon. Like it's gonna take a little bit of attention off of Ascended. A little. And when I say a little bit, I mean like a little bit.
Very little.
It's going to take all the attention off of Perfect Order is going to be affected by it, if anything. Ascended,
I agree.
Like Ascended will just be propped up again, like how I was saying, like these smaller sets are just propping this banger set up even more. It's like, all right.
Again, I think we're talking about the singles. I don't think Perfect Order booster boxes are going to be affected.
Right.
But I do think you'll see some of the singles come down a little bit because the people will be going after what's new. But 2 weeks. 2 weeks of Chaos Rising. That's crazy.
It really is crazy to say out loud. It's like nuts. We just had Perfect Order just came out. That's crazy. It's
wild, and Pokemon is just making just so much money right now, man. And this is like, again, this isn't even their main thing. This is like this is fun money in a way.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's move into pickups of the week. Pickups of the week. Did you have anything you picked up this week, or?
I didn't have a pickup. I finally got CGC. They finally finished grading my cards literally 3 weeks after they said they'd have it done. And they cooked me, which is ridiculous. I will say I had the worst experience dealing with CGC, from the fact that I paid extra to get something done quickly to the fact that they almost at the end of that time frame suddenly changed everything and basically said, screw you, don't care. Their customer service was absolutely useless, absolutely the worst. I've had better experience with PSA. 20.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, not a huge submission, but still, like,
decent.
I paid for the membership. I'd sent the cards in. I was like, this is, worth a try.
Yep.
And they're just absolutely useless. And then not only that, the new time frame, it was still over almost 2 weeks after that when I'm finally getting these cards.
That's nice.
The grades made no sense. I can guarantee you that I will look at these cards and I'll be like, I know I'm out here because I have the big benefit of tag is I can look at the numbers from when I graded these and see how accurate I am on these things.
Right.
And with PSA, I have like a 65-ish, 66-ish 10 rate with PSA. And this submission, it was like 50% 10s and only 2 pristines. So I'm done with CGC. I will never grade with them again. From not just because of the grading and just because of the grades, but because they were just so rude through your customer service and just awful to deal with from start to finish. I mean, I know PSA's got its problems, but at least PSA, they could screw me over and I'll still make money off of them.
Right.
CGC, I'm like,
did you get like any, did you get like a bunch of like 7s and 8s?
I had a few 8s, which I've never gotten an 8 with PSA. Or no, I have 1. For my first submission, I had 1 8. I've never gotten anything else. I had like 3 8s.
Wow.
9, a few 9s, and like a 9.5 or whatever.
What's with the 0.5 shit? Like,
it's just it's crap. Just CGC, officially done with them. Again, not just because of grades, but their customer service was so rude and so dismissive of, like, not even like recognizing the logic of, I paid you extra for this. And it was, you were 3 days out from when I was supposed to get this back.
Right.
And you magically turn this into 40 days. Oh, also, I say 40 days, but it's an estimate. So actually, it's going to be almost 50 days before you get it back.
Insane, bro.
I'm done with CGC. I would not recommend it to anyone. Tag at least was a good experience. I got the gold Charizard from Ruler of the Black Flame. I think it's Ruler of the Black Flame. No. Yeah, I got one of those. I got the Pikachu full art from Super Electric Breaker. It's a secret rare. Yep. And then I got 3. I got the shiny V-Star full art Charizard, shiny Charizard, and a pristine. And then I got a few. I got the Mega Dream Psyduck. I haven't gotten them yet. I'm going to get them tomorrow. I'm getting them tomorrow, and I'll probably sell them.
Yeah.
The side.
Do they do the same thing where they buy back or no?
No, they don't. Which is also, which is like a good thing and a bad thing because it's like inconvenient for me, but at the same time, this is not a monopoly like PSA is trying to pull off. But that's the only thing I'll say nice about CGC because of how awful the experience was with them. But I'll make money off of it once I sell them, but it's just so frustrating
because those pristines are pretty good, cards. So
like I think the Pikachu is like 150, 160 in a pristine, and the Charizard's like a little over 100. So it'll be fine. I'll still make money, but the Psyducks are close to 100, I think, in a gem mint in.
It's just the waiting, the whole experience was shit.
If they had come back and been like, well, any kind of like small refund or discount on another submission, which I wouldn't have done, but at least it would have been nice.
Right.
But just the way it was basically like, we never said that. It was just an estimate. So screw you. See you in, what was supposed to be 20 days, but in reality was like 30 days or business days, not counting on weekends. So anyway, that's my rant. I am done with EGC forever. PSA, as much as I don't like PSA, I'm just going to continue grading there because
that's kind of like everyone.
They screw me, but I make money.
I picked up a couple, so I'm going to show you just 2 singles that I picked up. I'm going to show you 3 singles. I'll start with the first one that I got on a buddy's live stream. Hit this Genesect. So we're talking about Black Bolt and White Flare. That's the Genesect EX SIR from Black Bolt. I think this card is so sick. I love how it's just like, how it's propped in there in the middle of a card. It looks really, really cool. I'm not like a big fan of the Pokemon, but I love the art. I love how they did this card.
Did you ever see the breakdancing one?
I was just going to say, the only other Genesect card that I have, I pulled 3 of those cards. How do I pull 3 Genesect alternate arts from Evolving Skies? From Evolving Skies, right? And not, I think so. And not that dang Moonbryon. And then these cards I picked up for the Legendary Birds binder. You're gonna.
It's from Fusion Strike.
From Fusion Strike. Okay, that's right. That's right.
So the Gengar set, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
still cool. I mean, they're both good. I like Genesect. It's cool. Oh, baby.
Let's see. So I'm holding up the Moltres first edition from Fossil Vintage Moltres Hollow.
Heck yeah.
This is one card that I need. So I walked into the card show and I think I spent several $100s on these 2 cards, and then I was like, damn, I guess I'm done buying for the day, because they were like, it was probably a close like 400, because I got this card right here as well. Look at that. So that is Zapdos EX from Fire Red Leaf Green. This card is beautiful. I
thought that was a fake card.
Dude, these cards are crazy. They're absolutely insane. Like
that Shatter foil.
Yeah.
That card is grossly undervalued, man.
I think we had this at like LP, so I didn't pay like a near mint price.
Oh, never mind. It's not grossly undervalued. I was looking at the price.
Yeah, no, it's well, how much is like a near mint?
The only 3, there's 3 listed on
TCG player is tough because like they don't really have
TCG player. It's like $280
for near mint.
Yeah. That's dude. I've never seen that card. That is.
So they have like.
I thought that was a what's his name, Sparkachu.
Oh no, like an exclusive.
Yeah, I was like, that Shatter. That's the Shatter foil they need to bring, man. Dude, can you imagine?
Yeah,
if they brought that, that would be
like,
so.
This is a different foil. This is like a Cosmo foil. So like this is the stuff. Yeah. This is the stuff that I love about going back and just finding your favorite Pokemon and just finding, like looking at the cards. It's just really cool to see all the different foil patterns and just artwork that you have. I think I have another one. So those are the pickups of the week. Before I just show you, because there's another. I forgot which. I have another one of those cards. I want to say it's the Moltres. I'm not sure if this is Fire Red Leaf Green or it might be the same exact set as the Hollow that I just held up for Zapdos. Let me see. Yeah, this one has like.
This is why I'm
foil as well.
So glad we did the. Oh man, so good.
Yeah.
This is why I'm glad we do the looking at each Pokemon for each week, because man, it's like
you go back.
I was not a vintage collector. I was like, I played around with the cards as a kid, but I wasn't a collector, and I missed most of mid-era, and I really didn't get anything until Gen 5 as far as actually being involved in TCG. But some of these things, so I'm not nostalgic for the early gens, but seeing those cards sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks incredible.
Like this is the Moltres, the Moltres page. Look at it.
Yeah. That looks great, man.
It just like looks so cool.
Blaine's Moltres is such a good card.
Bro, that's such a fire card. Oh my god, it's gonna be so hard to do the favorite legendaries. But I was thinking about it the other day because people were like, "What card are you gonna choose for this Pokemon?" I'm like, "Holy shit!" Like, we're gonna be a year into a podcast when we're doing like Mewtwo. Like, right? Like, what number of isn't I
think more. It's like 2 years then.
Well, 50. It's 52 weeks in a year, and that's 50.
It's 150.
Oh, 150. Sorry. Yeah, that's right.
That'll be 3 years almost.
Yeah, 3 years while we do the first. That's insane.
That's wild. Here's to being here, still doing that at that point. That'd be awesome.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything you wanted to add quickly before we end? This is our longest pod, bro. We're at like 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Right? I know. I need to go to bed.
Shit. All right. Well, guys, if you're still here, holy smokes, drop a chicken emoji. I don't know. Drop something random. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Man, we absolutely are having such a blast doing this. Obviously, you guys can tell. So we really appreciate you guys being here, and we will catch you guys in the next episode. Have a great weekend and go hunt your Chaos Rising pre-orders or pre-releases. Hopefully you guys do well. Peace out.